The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
know why. Well, I do know why I'm kind of on a Monkey Magic vibe. I've been listening to some like karate podcasts. Remember we had that guy and I've been emailing him, and I've completely forgotten his name. It's either Michael or Matthew. Let me get it right. Michael Worth, the guy that was going to make the documentary about Bruceploitation, the Bruce Lee clones and stuff. Well, he does a great podcast about these karate films, these kung fu films from the 70s that kind of rip off Bruce Lee. The Clones cast, and there's only 8 episodes, and I did it in 2 days. So then I was trying to find something similar, so I found this other podcast. Where's that noise coming from? What's that noise? Turn my computer off to see if it's that. It's not that. Where's that coming from? You can hear that, can't you?
Yes, I can.
What is that? What is that?
What's that noise?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Dear listener, can you hear that? What is that noise? Turn all the microphones off for 10 seconds. Turn them off and keep them off. Turn her mic off. Turn her mic on and mine off.
Aha! Something to do with here. I wonder if I've got my computer too close.
No, it won't be that. We'll move the computer a bit. Now move it back so it's under it. Your computer is causing, static interference, microwaves and the like. Isn't that, uncanny?
Mazeballs.
Absolutely. Great start to the show, guys. No, so I've been listening to, other podcasts, and there's one I'm listening to, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's about, karate films. And I've just started listening to an episode of it where the fella gets a woman on to talk about monkey magic. And, I love a bit of monkey magic. I met monkey magic, right? For those who don't know, Sam is too young to know, right? But I remember being at school, and I was about 9 years old. So it was 1981-82. And I remember a friend of mine said, have you seen this thing called monkey magic? It wasn't even called monkey magic. It was called monkey, right? Have you seen this thing called monkey magic, right? I went, no. He said, it's on tonight. Watch it tonight. I was like, all right. And I remember going home, I remember sitting on my mum's lap. I think it was on about 5:15 in the evening on BBC Two. Because it was 45 minutes long. And the first episode I saw, basically it's this Japanese programme about a Chinese legend of the king monkey. Monkey's nature was irrepressible. And, he was a monkey that learnt to speak and fly, and he went off to heaven, and he was...
He was a cheeky monkey.
He was a cheeky monkey, and he got thrown under a mountain for 500 years by Buddha to teach him patience. But while he was under the mountain, he learnt loads of magic tricks as well. And then Tripitaka came along, who was a young boy priest, except in the programme it was played by a girl. She's dead now. She died of leukemia shortly after the series.
Oh,
and they had to travel, Pilgrimage West, they had to travel from China to India. Bear in mind, this is a Japanese program, from China to India to collect Buddha's scrolls. And along the way, they met a pig demon who'd been cast out of heaven for being what I believe they're calling now Pestminster, for being a little bit gropey up in heaven.
Handsy. Handsy. That's what they've been calling it in the papers.
And then Sandy, the fish...
Water monster.
Water monster. And they would travel, and then in the second series there was a horse that turned into a human being. That came late, and that was just like a new thing. Oh, yeah, I can turn into a human being. What? And Monkey had a pink cloud that he could fly in, and to get that he would pluck his chest hairs, throw it up in the air, and then a pink cloud would appear, and then he'd jump up into the pink cloud, and then behind his ear he had a tiny little stick that he'd blow in it, and it would turn into a big staff, and he'd do some wicked fights with it.
I loved that programme so much. I loved it. When you watch it now, you realise that the way they've done the voices is probably not on anymore.
Oh, well, it was Andrew Sachs was one of the voices.
Yeah.
No, I think the voices are right. They're a little bit,
They're mock Chinese.
They're mock Chinese, but I grew up watching those movies, so I'm kind of cool with that. I think the Chinese are cool with that, and the Japanese, they're cool with it. But the first episode I saw was, I remember sat on my mum's lap, and Pigsy and Sandy, they drink this water. There's a well, and they find this well, and they drink this water, and then they start complaining of stomach aches, and it turns out it's the well of fertility, and so they're both pregnant. And I'm like 9 watching this, going, what? And then there's a really weird sequence where they're dreaming about having their babies in their backpacks, and Pigsy's got an actual pig in his backpack, and he's doing karate, and then these Japanese letters would appear on the screen, and it was obviously like an hilarious joke. And I'm 9 going, flipping heck, it was nuts. And here's how odd my thinking was. I thought that Pigsy was played by Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees.
I can see why.
Yeah. And I, as a 9-year-old, had worked out this world where he could only appear in things that he had a contract that said he could only appear in things that had the word monkey in. Isn't that nuts? It is the most delicious series. It's a lot of fun. I think they did get to the scriptures at the end. I think they did end on the end of season 2. They kind of ended it, but it's a wonderful series, and it's just on my mind. It's just I've been dealing with some kind of Japanesey stuff. I'm trying to find. I've set myself a new mission, right? So my head is in Japan, and we went for Japanese food as well, didn't we?
Yes. The
okonomiyaki. Hey, oh, man, our life is expensive, but you think 50 quid for our tea is expensive? Oh, double that. But what food?
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, with the tip. When did you go with the tip on it? Because they, there's a bit of theatre involved there. But what food? But I'm trying to track down this. Just indulge me for a second, then we'll start the show. Alan, I can see you there. And 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I'm trying to track down this. The Monkees, the pop group, played in Japan in 1968, and it was filmed, and it was shown on Japanese television. Now, the audio of that exists. Paul, could you stop ringing us, mate? We're busy.
Sorry.
No, just stop phoning up to talk to Sam, all right? It's not what this is. This isn't a drop-in centre. Just don't answer the phone to him, Sam, because I'm really annoyed with him and Ken and people phoning up to chat to the backroom staff. If they want to talk to Sam, then get his phone number and phone him up. This is not, a message board for the lonely idiots out there. So, they filmed this concert in 1968 in Japan, and they showed it on Japanese television. And the audio exists, the footage has never been found. So I have set myself the task of trying to find this Japanese footage. This is my mission. This is my next thing. And I suspect I've started it now, so that when I take next week off to write my book, I don't actually write my book. I'm just trawling lots of Japanese forums and websites and things like that. So that's my mission. If anyone knows, if anyone listening could help with the hunt for the Monkees live in Japan 1968, the video, drop me an email, ian@ianlee.com. Let's crack on with the show, shall we, dear listener? Good evening, Alan.
Evening, Ian. Evening, Kath.
Word.
I love Monkey.
Yeah, it's a good bit of music, and it's by a Japanese band called Godiego, and they are a prog rock. They're like the Japanese equivalent of Yes, and they're a great band.
Yeah, because I remember the TV series when it was turned on a wee one on BBC One when I was 7.
There you go, you see. There you go.
And Monkey was my favourite character because he was cheeky. Reminded me of me when I was younger.
Yeah, oh, why? Did you have a band around your head that gave you a migraine if someone did an incantation?
No, it was his mannerisms.
Oh.
Well, he could get away with something so cheeky, but he would get in trouble if he went too far.
Exactly. It was good old-fashioned foreign weirdness dubbed over, and they just whacked it on, and it became a cult hit, and no one really knew why.
My mum remembers Monkey as well.
Does she really? Well, if you remember Monkey...
Hold on.
What?
You're talking to Ian. Go away. Hello, Ian.
Hello?
Hello,
is that Mrs. Caddick?
It is.
Do you remember Monkey?
The one with the pole that flew.
Yeah, he had the pink cloud, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
He had a funny pig with him.
He had Pigsy and Sandy and Trippy Tucker. Do you remember the horse that could turn into a human?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
That was season 2. Well, thank you, Mrs. Caddick.
Okay.
Thanks very much. I've spoken to that lad for about 10 years. First time I've ever spoken to his mum. And what a weird thing to talk about, monkey magic. What? I mean, where did that come from? God. I'm losing my voice a bit today. I'm not going to, bang on about it. And it's fine. I've just got a cold. I don't think I'm going to lose it. It's just strained a little bit. So, dear listener, it would be great if you could phone up and do all the talking tonight. Really, it would save me a lot of effort. The phone number is 0344 499 1000. You can Skype. I'll turn Skype on in a second. It's Late Night Alternative, all one word, and you can Skype from anywhere in the world for free. And if you're a new listener, or you've not listened for a while, or you were listening to John before and you thought you'd stick around to see what this is unlike any other radio show in the world, as far as I can tell, in as much as I'm not going to sit here and tell you what the topics are. I'm not going to sit here and ask questions that I could quite easily Google in the hope that you will phone in with the answers to say. I mean, Kath is there. Hello, Kath.
Yes.
Kath is my producer and co-presenter. We're just going to sit here and chat, and it really is stream of consciousness stuff that comes off the top of our heads. You know, I was driving in, and this podcast played 10 seconds of the Monkey theme. I thought, that's what we'll open the show with. So, I'm glad I did, because we got to speak to Alan's mum tonight as a direct result of that. It's a weird world, isn't it? So what I'm saying is there is no agenda. In many ways, you set the agenda. I will sit here. I've got a few stories from the newspapers, although there aren't many. And you can call in about absolutely anything you want. It can be something big and heavy. It can be something light and frothy. It can be stupid. It can be dumb. It can be an old TV show. It can be Brexit. It can be anything, really. You will get on. And if you get turned away from other radio stations, and I had a lovely chamomile tea with Clive Bull from LBC today, one of the nicest men in the world, and a very grounded man who's been in this industry for ages and ages and ages. And he was talking about how a lot of, some callers get turned away from LBC. And I said, well, if they're getting turned away, could you give them my number? I'll have them, please, Clive. So if you don't normally get onto another radio station because you're nuts, or because you've got a stammer, or because of whatever reason, you'll get on this one, and you'll get treated fairly. You know, even if you're talking absolute bullshine, you'll get a fair crack of the whip. The only thing we can't tolerate is libel or swearing. Apart from that, anything goes. We've got two calls lined up, Katia and then Simon. You could be after them. 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. I'm going to turn on Skype in a second. Late Night Alternative, all one word. And we'll speak to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
It's the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. We've got Jim Bob from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine coming in tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to, because I saw Carter at the Old Trout in Windsor. Great little venue. It's now a restaurant, of course. And loads of people have been saying for ages, you should read Jim Bob's book. He's written a book about being in Carter. And I'm about 3/4 of the way through it. It's a cracking read. I mean, it's a really good, very honest, direct account of being, a fair-sized pop band in the late 80s, early 90s. Did you see the footage of Fruitbat from Carter attacking Philip Schofield on live television?
Yeah, I think because I was a little bit younger than you, I found Carter a bit frightening.
Oh, I found them terrifying. No, they were these weird, these guys with extreme haircuts. It was a 2-piece punk outfit where it was all drum machines and stuff, but very, very funny lyrics, very clever lyrics, lots of puns. But I'd never seen this footage. Go on YouTube, dear listener. It's them at the 1991 smash hit poll winners pop party, and they were miming or something, and they hated it. So Fruitbat kicked some amps around at the end, and Philip Schofield came out and went, "Oh well, that was original. I've never seen that before."
Oh.
And there's a close up of him. Right, it's at Wembley Arena. Thousands of screaming. I've never seen that before. And then out the corner of the picture, you just see Fruitbat just dive at him and take him down. It's very funny, very funny. There's no more rock stars. I'm not saying assaulting Philip Schofield is a good way to go. But, I've met the man. He's a very nice man, but we've all been tempted. But no, assault is not the way to go. But I mean, okay, here we go. And Katia and Simon, I'll come to you in a minute. What was the last rock and roll thing you can remember a pop star doing? The last one I can think of, there's two. They happened in the same week. Jarvis Cocker on Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Bending over and... He didn't even do a Mooney, he just pretended.
Just smacked his bottom, didn't he?
But also that same week, Bjork pushed a paparazzi.
She grabbed her by her hair.
Yeah, and pushed her out the way. But those are the last rock and roll things. I mean, unless you count tax evasion as rock and roll. Bono? Anyone? No. That's the most recent rock and roll thing I can think of.
Bieber being cheeky to photographers doesn't quite cut it, does it?
No. Well, there we go. We've got an in. 0344 499 1000. What was the most recent rock and roll thing you can think of? I mean, Jackson and Cocker, that would have been 1995, I'm going to say.
I reckon a bit earlier than that.
No earlier than 94. Google it while I speak to Katia. Good evening, Katia.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
I've got a topic, excellent topic.
Yes.
So,
Hello. Do you have a license for that, Minky?
Pardon?
Hang on a second, Catherine.
1996.
Hey, see, I was right.
All right.
Do you have a license for that, Minky?
All right.
Do you have a license for that, Minky?
No. Hello. So this is the topic. It's good because it's at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Has anyone ever weighed their laundry basket with a laundry in it just to find out how heavy it is?
Has anyone ever weighed what? How? Do you want to know how heavy the laundry basket is, or the laundry?
Well, in general, because I've got this washing machine.
Yes.
And I've noticed it's written 7 kilos on it.
Good point. Yes.
So apparently, I can't put more than 7 kilos in it.
Yes.
However, I don't know. I don't want to be, measuring everything in my life.
Isn't that funny? Because I am currently using shared washing machines, so I get a different washing machine every horrible time I go and use it, and I noticed that as well as other people's pubic hairs in there, I noticed this week it had a between 1 and 6 kilograms on the washing machine. And here's the thing, I think if you stuff everything in and there's no room to put the tablet in,
no.
That's probably, I would say that's close to full. I would say that's very close to full.
Oh, that's too full.
Well,
you need to have room to be able to spin.
There's nothing greater, is there, than the sound of a washing machine drum falling off of its spindle. that loud crash is it's incredible, and the whole washing machine sinks within itself. You know what's inside? Have you ever taken the top off of a washing machine, Katia?
Yeah.
What's in it?
Well, it's this big barrel thingy in there.
Yeah, what else is in there?
And the motor.
Yep.
There's the drain.
Yp.
There's a lot of things in
Catherine?
there.
Bricks.
Yeah. Well, bricks or a giant piece of concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know why that's in there?
Yeah.
Hello?
Weigh it down, yes.
Correct, but we're talking about bricks or a giant piece of concrete, and you claimed you've looked inside a washing machine, but you couldn't name that.
I can't. Well, I was distracted.
You weren't distracted. I asked you what was... I gave you a very specific... Catherine, back me up on this, right?
Yes.
I gave her a very specific quest, and that quest was to answer what is inside a washing machine.
Do you know what I think? She was still thinking about how much room you need to give your clothes inside to give it a good spin in.
Yeah.
Who puts... But yet, there may be a giant slab of concrete in there. I can move a washing machine on my own.
Can you?
Well, it's the side-to-side manoeuvre, isn't it? But you get it on its front and side-to-side.
There's also a very sneaky way of getting them in.
Yeah?
You get some fairy liquid, make a little track, slide them in on that.
The back of washing machines, is there anything dirtier in the world than that? It really is. That and underneath fridges. They are the most disgusting places in the known universe.
Yeah, I think probably something died. Not too far away from my fridge. Sometimes
yes.
I don't know when.
It was radio. We're talking about washing machines.
Washing machines live longer with Calgon. Whoever uses that, unless they advertise with us, in which case I use it every single day. I really do.
Okay. So can we ask the questions to the listeners?
Sorry?
If they weigh what's going inside the washing machines at all.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Katia.
I think it might be niche.
As phone-in subjects go, Do you weigh your clothes before putting them in a washing machine? It's pretty niche. But you know what, guys? We said you can phone in with anything. Some people accuse me of being obnoxious to cause. We met... And when we did the last rabbit hole of 2017 in Wolverhampton, and so many people came, it was lovely. We had about 50 people there in the end. The place was packed, so thank you. And as always, we stick around and we have pictures and stuff. But the only place, it was a really dark bar. Well, we couldn't do it in the venue because there was another show going on. So we came downstairs, but it was a dark bar. The only place I could find with light was like a sort of like a sort of little washing area. Cupboard type thing. But so all the pictures are of me and you, Kath, and the person who wanted the photograph stood in the doorway with someone. Anyway, and there was quite often you'll meet a young man generally who's a fan of the show, and they'll be a little bit nervous, and then you'll meet their partner, female partner,
who tolerates it,
but feels quite at ease to be very critical of it. And I don't know if you noticed this, there was someone there the other day, and it was fine, it was absolutely fine, because it wasn't coming from a place of maliciousness, but the guy was going, well, this is my girlfriend, and I force her to listen to the show, and we all kind of laugh at people being forced to listen to our art. And someone said, may have been me, may have been him, said, well, you should call him one night. And she went, no, I won't call him, because you call all of the callers idiots and get angry when they hang up on you. And I was like, oh. And I don't call all of them idiots. And very rarely do they hang up on me, is what I'd like to say to that young lady. Very rarely do they hang up on me. I do the hanging up. That's the way it goes. I don't call them idiots.
Well...
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I think there is an understanding, isn't there, amongst us?
That they're thick and I'm not. If you want to come and see us next year, by the way, iainlee.com/events. IAINLEE.com/events. We've got tickets on sale so far for Dublin. Hey, we've sold 4 for Dublin now. Only another 36 to go. That's not bad, is it? I honestly got no idea if we have an audience in Dublin, but we're playing at I can't think what it's called. Anyway, we're playing in Dublin on the 27th of January next year, and we've sold 4 tickets. Brighton, I think, is almost sold out again. London and Luton. And there's a few more dates coming, but Bath and Belfast that we haven't put online yet. But iainlee.com/events. Matt and Simon, stay there. I'll come to you in a bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 Skype Late Night Alternative. Good. Hello, Matt.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good. Thanks. What you got for us?
Well, you were talking about Monkey.
Yes.
I don't know if you may have mentioned it, but were you aware it was based on a story called Journey to the West?
I read that. I was geeky enough that I got the book when I was about 12 years old and read it. Yes, it's a proper. It's a proper old Chinese legend that goes back, I believe, to the 6th century.
Oh, okay. I've got the box set here, and it says 1500, but it could. Oh no, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
No, that's the 16th. Yeah. Maybe you're right. The 16th century then.
No. You're right. It's Rules of the Adventures of a Tang Dynasty, 600 to 900. Oh. It was written during the Ming Dynasty, based on traditional folk tales. Yeah. Oh, you knew about it. I just thought you might be interested to know.
Oh no, do you know what? No, the thing is as well. I mean, obviously the TV series is like a comical version of it, but actually the TV series is pretty close to that book. It's a cracking read.
That's right. Yeah. Some of them are like really accurate. Some of the little stories. I really enjoyed reading it. Yeah.
Do you know? And I've not read it for years, and I must have it somewhere because I wouldn't have chucked that book out. I'm going to have to dig that out because it's. Did you watch? There was another programme they did around the same time, right?
The Water Margin.
Yeah, and it was boring.
Yeah, no, I remember it, but same. Yeah, I just remember loads of people running into battle all the time, and I just thought... There
was a lot of people with top knots running into battle all the time, and I didn't have a clue, and I tried to watch it, but it wasn't a comedy like, Monkey. Monkey was a kid show.
No, that's it. Monkey was funny, wasn't it?
But what was good about Monkey, right? You had wicked kung fu fights in it, you had comedy, but also, at the age of 9, I was learning about Buddhism, and there was always like a really heavy moral at the end of the story, but that didn't ruin the story. It would get kind of made it this lovely little twist at the end.
Yeah, not like your old He-Man cartoons where at the end they'd have that little preachy bit and you just think, oh, come on. But no, yeah, Monkey was, it was good. It was, there you go. Yeah,
nice one, Matt. Thank you very much indeed.
Just wanted to say, first time I've called, but I've been listening to you for years, and keep it up, man. It's good stuff.
Oh, nice one, Matt. I'm glad you finally called in, and maybe we'll speak again soon. Thank you, fella.
I hope so.
Take care.
Mate.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
See, I don't call everyone idiots. He didn't hang up on me. That woman was incorrect.
It's his first call. Give him time.
He knows the score.
They all know the score.
It's a cracking book, Monkey, Journey to the West. It's a very funny book.
I loved that programme so much.
Yeah.
He was like a naughty kid, that's why.
He was in a Japanese rock group called, I think, The Spiders. If you Google Japanese 60s group, The Spiders, you'll recognise him. And then last time I was in Japan, I was watching it was a weird cookery show, but with music. So the chef would sing and then cook and then sing. And I was talking to our Japanese friends the next day, and they went, "Oh yeah, that was Monkey. That's the guy that played Monkey was doing that." And I was like, "Oh yes, of course it is. An old fella. You got The Spiders?
Yeah. Oh,
Can you spot him?
I think so.
Love a bit of Monkey. Love a little bit of Monkey.
Such a good show.
Hello, Simon. Yo, Simon. Yo.
Monkey magic.
Here's your starter for 10.
Yeah,
Everybody knows the opening theme to Monkey Magic. But can you sing the closing theme to Monkey Magic?
No.
You can't?
No, you got me there.
It was a slow one.
Yeah, it was a slow one, yeah.
Was it just like music without words?
Sorry?
Wasn't it like just music without words?
No, there was definitely music
There was a bit-
and words.
It was a place name, wasn't it? Where were they heading for?
A long time ago, when there was no more. Hang on. We'll get to. Gandhara. They say it was in India. Gandhara. It was Gandhara.
That's ringing bells.
Yeah.
That is ringing bells.
Yep.
Thing is, you just made me feel very lowbrow, right? Because whilst you were on about learning about Buddhism at the age of 9, me and my school friends were running around the playground pretending we were riding on clouds, waving our hands in front of our mouths.
Mate, listen, it may have been in recent years that I look back and realised I was picking up some Buddhist philosophy. Yes, at the time, I was plucking imaginary chest hairs, whisking them in front of my fingers and jumping on clouds and picking up long sticks and having monkey magic fights. Of course I was.
Whilst singing Monkey Magic.
My mate next door, is it funny, the memories that come back, right? So I literally heard 10 seconds of that theme tune on a podcast, and that's why we played it, and that's why we got 40 minutes of radio out of it. But the guy next door to me was a guy called Andrew Carvey, right? And he was a couple of years older than me, but because he was next door, I would go around and play. And he had the Monkey Magic single. And I was so envious, and we'd go around there, and I'd beg him to play the Monkey Magic single, and sometimes he would, and sometimes he wouldn't. And then he moved away, right? And then about a year later, he came back to the school where I was, and he's outside at lunchtime. Bearing in mind he was 2 years older than me, this is middle school. And I rushed over, and he was talking to his old mates, and I rushed over and went, "All right, Andrew." He went, "Sorry, do I know you? Piss off."
Oh!
He was like 10. He was like 10, 11, and I was 8, and I was gutted.
He was a bigger boy.
And that came back to me today, just remembering that. I mean, he may not have said pee off, I don't know what he said, but he humiliated me, and that came back to me today, Simon, and that's sad.
I think we've all had a friend like that at some point.
Yeah, fair weather.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, I was thinking that if I say this to you, I might actually be lining myself up for a roasting. But, bearing in mind the last question that's been asked about the laundry...
Yes.
I think I might be on relatively safe ground, but we'll see.
Okay.
Someone asked me the other day the ultimate pub quiz question.
Yep.
And actually, thinking about it in depth, and with the the answers that were coming out and things like that is actually very, very, very clever. And the ultimate pub quiz question is, what does a lollipop person, lollipop man, lollipop woman, by the rules and regulations of being a lollipop person, what do they have in their pocket?
Simps. This is simple.
This is so simple, Simon.
Yeah, but is it? Because I've asked a few people and nobody knows.
Well, shall I tell you?
You asked the wrong people.
Do you know the answer before I tell you?
I do know the answer, yeah, I do know the answer.
Okay. And do you know why they have it before I tell you? Right.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's a piece of chalk.
Ah.
But what are they supposed to do with that piece of chalk?
Well, why don't you ask the listeners?
No, because I know. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, tell me, because I don't think you know.
I do know.
Go on, then.
It's for recording registration numbers of cars on that black band on the lollipop sign.
The black strip on the lollipop sign, yes, that's to write down registration plates. Like that's ever been done.
It's genius because questions that were coming out trying to identify this object, things like, what size is it? Well, it can be big or it can be absolutely gigantic.
But surely everyone knows that that's what lollipop people are supposed to... Let's not beat around the bush. Lollipop ladies. The lollipop men are weirdos, all right? Surely everyone knows that's what lollipop ladies are meant to have in their pocket by law.
Well, I don't think they do, because I've asked a few people and nobody knows.
You've not asked any of my listeners, Simon. Thank you very much indeed. Don't try and bamboozle us. As soon as you said lollipop people, I thought...
Here we go.
Here we go,
it's the
sunshine.
chalk question.
On the edge. 0344 499 1000. Skype Late Night Alternative. And you can do Skype on your phone as well. This is an amazing thing that I only recently found out. You can Skype on your phone. And if you want to do a video chat and chat to me, you're welcome to do that. Happy to do that.
Please have some clothes on.
No digs. But you can download Skype and add Late Night Alternative. You can call us on that. This is the Late Night Alternative, dear listener, with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. With time to change, 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
I'm eating cough sweet to try and preserve my voice. Someone has texted in, whatever happened to regular callers Dana and Triss? I think Dana works, her work is not compatible with this lifestyle, I think. She tweets from time to time.
She came to hide and seek. Tag, right.
She did come to Tag, you're absolutely right. And she tweets quite often, and I often see her pop up on my Facebook page and also on the Talk Radio listeners' Facebook page. And Triss, I don't know what happened to Triss. From what I've heard, Triss hasn't called for a long, long time. I think he had an epiphany, he had a wake-up moment. I think that he kind of realised his direction in life, and he went off and did that, and more power to his elbow. I think that's... Loads of people, a few people have started podcasts, I was going to say because of this show, and that's not right, but partly inspired by this show. Well,
and they've found friendships through this show, and they've started a creative partnership with those people.
Which is great. I know that my mind has gone completely blank. Sorry, I've got this cold, and I'm fine, but I'm very sweaty and I'm very I'm a little bit out of it. I've not been the same since I had that dream 2 nights ago that I'd murdered someone, and I woke up too suddenly. I didn't have time to resolve it in the dream, and I made myself sit up in bed, and I've not been the same since then. It really has been an horrific 36 hours. Since then, Penny and Lee have done one. We heard that David Badcock has got a podcast, which I've downloaded. I've not listened to yet, but I've downloaded it. And I would suggest, if you do get any of these podcasts, and you get them from iTunes, and also the Talk Radio podcasts that we do, and the Rabbit Hole ones that Catherine and I do, if you do get them from iTunes, it's really, really helpful, particularly for the smaller ones, if you leave a rating, like a star rating, and if you leave a comment, and if you subscribe. Doing those 3 things helps push the podcasts up the chart a little bit. It's weird. It's a slightly flawed system, the Apple iTunes, in that it's not entirely based on numbers. So if you do get our podcast, or David Badcock's, or Penny's and Lee's, or any of the others that are out there, that you know, connected with our show, or any podcast, it's really, really helpful if you leave like 4 or 5 star review, and if you write a little comment and subscribe. And if you can subscribe from a couple of accounts as well, I do that with podcasts that I want to do well. And it's so important. I'll tell you why. I've got this silly little record label, and we make kind of albums and CDs connected with the Monkees. And I've just got the new Mickey Dolenz vinyl LP that no one else has got yet. And what's really helpful for us is if when people buy it on Amazon, if they leave a review. Now, annoyingly, there's one guy in America, this guy that it's such a strange fandom. He used to sexually harass women Monkees fans online, and I called him out because someone kind of confided in me, and so I called him out publicly. And ever since then, he's been trolling me. So he'll leave a really negative 0-star review. This is crap. These guys are assholes. Well, a lot of old crap. And that's actually can be quite damaging to a small business. You know, as a record label, we sell 500, 600 CDs per run, something like that. So if people put 4 5-star reviews, and right, this was really good, I really enjoyed it, and this is a great little label, it just makes everything a little bit more... You're more likely as a small business to get in that Amazon recommends, you bought this, you might also like this, you know, and it's stuff like that is helpful for small businesses, and it's really easy to forget that in the era of Apple and the era of Amazon and these big, you know, conglomerate corporations that actually there are still small indie record sellers and clothes sellers and jewellery sellers and game sellers and stuff and podcast makers that can be drowned out by the noise that you know, bigger companies can make. So just leaving a little feedback. It feels nice for the person that gets it. And they go, oh, someone liked what we did. That's nice. So that's a little boost. But also, it does mean if you're going through a load of podcasts you've never heard of, and you see one's got 20 5-star reviews and one next to it's got none, they might be equally as good, but you're more likely to click on the one that's got all the 5-star reviews. That's have I got the newspapers? Did you bring the old no?
Let me go and see. They've been left in a pile somewhere.
No, Caterina, there's no newspapers here today. It's not. I'll be honest, dear listener. There's not really a lot in any of the newspapers today. It's all a little bit. I don't understand the papers thing, the offshore tax thing. I like to pretend that I do, but I don't really. I don't get it. I know that Mrs. Brown's Boys and Bono are involved, and that's it. So there's lots of that. There's lots of. I'm guessing there's another series of The Jungle coming up soon, because there's such and such is spotted at an airport. Ooh, oh, Jesus. But there's hardly anything of any worth in the papers, as I will prove to you now. Thank you, Catherine, by reading you some of the nonsense in the papers. Hang on a minute. Here is one, look. I'm a celeb, don't get me out a beer. This is a terrible story. Right?
Oh, gosh.
I'm a celebrity host. Anthony McPartlin has been dealt a new blow after he was banned a pre-Jungle birthday bash. He's the guy recovering from addiction, isn't he, I think?
And we're joking about it.
Yeah, apparently so. The Geordie usually has to work on his big day due to I'm a Celeb filming schedules. Oh, poor multi-millionaire Anthony McPartlin having to work on his birthday like most normal people.
I don't think he's moaning about it, though.
No. There is a trend, isn't there, I've noticed, amongst younger people, to take their birthday off work. What is that? When did that become a thing? That's rubbish.
I know in Ant's case it's something that's been, it's something they've been struggling with, but I think it tends to be when you've not got kids.
Sorry?
Ant and his wife have had problems, apparently, according to papers. Who knows? Who knows what's going on with that poor couple?
I'm not worried about what's going on with them.
No, what I'm saying is, if you've not got kids, then you can concentrate on yourself a bit more.
Then what? I don't know.
And have your day off for your birthday, all about me.
No, you can't have your day off on your birthday. Go to work. Right, if your birthday's on a Tuesday, you either do it the weekend before, or you do it the weekend after, or you do it both weekends. You don't take Tuesday off. What is that? That's no. Oh, your birthday's on a Thursday. Well, I'm going to take Thursday and Friday off, long weekend. No, you will work Thursday, you'll work Friday, you'll go out Friday night.
What do you do on your birthday now? Someone might make me a dinner or take me out. That's it.
I pretend I'm pleased at the crap that I've been given. I'll look longingly at the picture my boys have drawn me, and then look at the other crap and just think, more things. And then I'll work out how many years I've got left in this miserable existence, if it all goes well. And then I'll go for a drive and listen to some Nick Drake and come in here.
That doesn't need a day off, then.
No, of course it doesn't need a day off. I want to take a day off for my birthday. What? But you're 30. What are you talking about? Take a day off. But the launch date has been delayed until November the 19th this year. Wow, who gives a shiz? Giving Anthony a chance to have a 40-second...
40-second is not a thing.
To have a 40-second birthday party the day before. So when is the 19th? So we're the 7th, so it's 12 days. Oh, God. I'm switching off. The star, who's been in rehab for prescription drug addiction, had hoped to have a proper celebration since the show isn't on air. However, that plan looks doomed, as bosses have told him they have a full day of filming planned. Since the show launches the day after, he needs to be in good shape for the opener. I don't watch the Jungle, but I would watch it if he was boozed up on it. If he was if he was steaming. I like those guys. I like Anthony and Declan. I think they are. I think they're brilliant. There was a period in their career when they were lost, and they didn't. When the PJ and Duncan thing ended, and I think they did an album as Ant and Dec, and there was nowhere for them to go. No one knew what they were, and I know Channel 4 tried a few shows for them, like a sort of slightly adult shows. Excuse me, but no one knew what they were or where they were going to go. They almost disappeared from sight, and now they're the new Morecambe and Wise. And late nights and partying have always been a no-no in past years, as he and Declan Donnelly have early alarm calls at 1 a.m. to front the live show from Down Under. And also treated in rehab for drinking too much to numb the pain from a botched knee operation. Even said about his birthday hopes, "I spoke to a lot of the medical team."
Whoa. What's that voice?
It's Geordie. "And I'm not an alcoholic. I was just drinking to numb the pain. I've taken a little break from the booze.
Can you not?
But I'm looking forward to having a pint."
A what?
A pint. A source said, for the first time in 11 years, I'm a Celebrity will actually start after Ant's birthday, Fag fans. In previous series, Dec has always teased Ant about having to work on his birthday, and the crew have often given him a cake. This year, he thought he might actually be able to enjoy a whole day off, as the show won't have started, but ITV have other plans. By November the 18th, the celebrities will have been dropped into the camp, and Ant and Dec are needed for filming. Here we go. They've got the names that are in the frames.
Oh, right.
Names in the frame for this year's show include Corrie's Jenny McAlpine. Oh, she's Fizz. Okay. Rugby star Ben Cohen.
Right, yeah.
Jamie Vardy's wife, Becky.
Okay.
Saturday's babe, Vanessa White.
Right.
Hollyoaks hunk, Jamie Lomas. And Made in Chelsea's Georgia Toffolo. What a surprise. I've only heard of one of them. Sounds like it's going to be another great series. I'll have to add that to the other ones that I've not got round to watching yet, guys. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. And do you know what? Having a friend in your corner really can make all the difference. If you want to find out more, go online, type in search to change, time to change, and you'll find out more. Thank you.
Talk Radio.
Switchboard is empty. You can call in about absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000. Cost you pennies, probably free. You'll speak to Sam and he will call you straight back. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Hearing that as a 9-year-old, that's a freaky song. That's a freaky song. That's some freaky shiz going on. Good evening, dear listener. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio. My name is Iain Lee. Catherine Boyle is here as well.
Hello.
You are welcome to chip in any time you want, about anything you want. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You're very welcome to. And it can be about absolutely anything. What have we talked about in the last hour? We've talked about monkey magic. We've talked about traffic, the lollipop ladies. We've talked about the I'm a Celebrity in the Jungle and all of that. We have talked about me losing my voice.
Washing machines.
Washing machines. We've yet to find anybody that has weighed their... Are you good at... one thing I'm terrible at is estimates. Whether it be particularly weight. Every year at my mum's care home, they have a guess the weight of the cake competition. And we do it because it's a quid and it all goes, you know, to the care home that we pay £900 a week to, huh? Hang on a minute. That doesn't seem... Right. And the fella always says to me, do you want to hold it? And I go, no. He said, well, how will you guess? I said, well, I don't know weights. I don't know weights. So I'll hold it. And I don't know what is a pound, a kilo, 12 pounds, a ton. I do not know.
I know some weights.
Go on.
Well, only because, like, baking and stuff, I can always approximate.
Can you? I can't do distance. They'll say, so how far is that car? 100 yards? I don't even know what a yard is. I never use a yard, except if someone's saying, how far away do you think that is? Well, 50 yards. I've got no idea.
I'm all right with yards because I used to be a reporter.
But I don't know what a yard.
Tell people how many yards we're talking.
But I don't even know what 1 yard is. A foot's that, and a meter's that.
Bit more.
See, I haven't got a clue. I have not got a clue. So those are some of the things. Ben's just replied to my email. Yeah, Ben, it was. Yeah, I took offence, mate, because you were being a knob. I've just read your email. If you've taken offence, sorry, I was just messing around. It was late and I was bored. Well, yeah, you were sending abuse on and stuff. So, yeah, mate. Well done. Nice one. I think I made the right decision. I think I made the right decision in blocking you when I did. Here we go. Oh, this was it. This was your text. Mourning your drink and drug days, more depression talk, and an unhealthy obsession with cocks. Great show, Ian. Great show. That was one of the many messages, Ben, that I was taking offence to. So, yeah, you know. It might have been late, you might have been bored, but every action has a reaction, and mine was to think even less of you. And you carry on Periscope saying rude things about Kath. You carry on doing that, fella. The big man there, Ben, the big guy. 0344 499 1000. What I'm saying is, those are some of the things that we've talked about. You are welcome to call in about any of those things, or none of those things, or anything else that you fancy. Maybe there really is very, very little in the papers, but I will go through the papers and I will have a look. But there ain't much going on there, trust me. But if there's anything you think we should be talking about, 0344 499 1000. You can Skype. We haven't had any Skype calls yet this evening. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. Good evening, Sam.
Good evening, Ian. How are you?
I'm croaky. But I'm fine. Actually, I'm fine.
Good.
I might go for a steam tomorrow. Kath, how are you? He's asking.
How am I? I'm feeling a little bit sluggish, but we had a big feed. You know, the kind of feed where really we should have had a sleep afterwards. Yeah,
I got greedy. I thought I was getting a second wind, so I ordered a load more food. But then I wasn't hungry. But we had to eat the rest of the food that came. It was so nice.
Speaking of food,
yeah, go on.
Well, can I mention a specific restaurant at all, or
unless you're going to, as long as you're not going to say that they're a paedophile ring, yes, you can.
No, well. I went to Nando's today.
Yep.
I go fairly regularly, but I haven't been for about a month. And they've only gone and bloody changed the chicken pizza recipe.
Sorry, what the hell? What is this?
Well, do you know what chicken... Do you ever go to Nando's?
Go to Nando's all the time, mate. There's two round the corner from us right here. We're going there this week.
Well, do you ever go to Nando's and have a chicken pizza?
I don't think I have a chicken pizza, no. I tend to get... like wings and stuff.
Well, I have a chicken pizza, and I love chicken pizza.
Okay.
I like a chicken
pizza. And they've only gone and bloody changed
Can we please stop saying chicken pizza?
Chicken pizza's a good order.
It is bloody good order.
It was a good order until they changed. What's the recipe to change? It's chicken and it's pizza.
No. You see, you've got to understand the nuances of a chicken pizza, Ian.
Yeah.
They put in there, usually, or used to be, chicken pizza mixed salad.
Ooh.
Then grated carrot, grated cabbage.
Okay.
Coriander. You know, and lettuce and bits and bits. It was a nice mix to go with the chicken pizza, with the chicken breast in the chicken pizza.
Okay, yes.
They've changed it now to bloody horrible sun-dried tomatoes and cucumber. And it's horrible. It doesn't go, it's just a disgusting mix. And I'm devastated.
What is the point of cucumber?
Fresh.
No, cucumber is nothing. It's just like green water. In a slightly solidified form.
Cucumber.
Shut up.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of cucumber, a bit of salt.
I like it.
Know? And nothing wrong with a bit of tomatoes. In the right setting.
Yeah.
Not in a bloody chicken pizza. It's just...
Please.
It's wrong.
Please don't say... Can we just... Honestly, for some reason, all of you saying chicken pizza is really winding me up.
You just said chicken pizza.
I know, well, I'm going to be you're the last one to have said it, so there's just no more of the CPs, okay?
Well,
how are we describing it then?
The CPs.
A chicken pocket?
No.
I'm fuming about it, but anyway. But enough of chicken pizza. Or I won't say it again. Sorry. I also have directional insanity. You're talking about measurements and all that rubbish. Well, yes. I think I've got directional insanity, which means I go out my front door and I don't know where bloody I go left or right or whatever. to get where I want to go.
You've got topical insanity, because we weren't talking about directional insanity, were we?
No, you were talking about measurements.
Yeah, but I know directions. Everyone knows directions.
Yes, but I can't. Look, I go to the supermarket or I go to the shopping centre.
Yeah.
I go into a shop.
Yeah.
And I come out and I don't know whether I should go left or right.
What?
Yes, this is my problem. Honestly, I come out, I don't know which way to get back to the car. I could lose my car in a car park. I'm useless.
I used to do that when I was a stoner, and I remember once I parked my car somewhere near my flat, and I couldn't find it for 2 days.
2 days?
Couldn't find it for 2 days. Couldn't find it.
Do you know what I've done?
Yeah.
I dropped the daughter off at school, and I have to park in a car park across the road in the supermarket, because you can't park near the school.
Of course.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Paedophiles and all that.
I've gone home, had a sleep, woken up, gone out to the car, no car there.
Oh, it's been stolen. By the
It's been stolen. No, it's not been stolen. I've just walked home and not remembered after dropping the kid off that I needed to go and get back in my car again.
Yeah, that is...
But for a moment there I thought, I've nicked my car!
But I know directions. I'm great at finding my way to places and finding my way home without maps.
I could do a route 30 times and not remember.
Well, now we don't, because now it's all sat-navs. No one ever learns a route. No one ever learns... You know, I could do the same route, but loads of places. But because I'm looking at the screen, none of it's going in. Because I'm not having to think about it. It's passive. When it's active, that's when you remember it. But I am really good. But put me somewhere, I will find where I need to go.
Sounds like a proud boast.
I'm just useless. But I haven't got much else to say, Ian, I'm afraid.
Sam, I'm going to cut you off then. Simple as that. That's the way it works.
Pitter pocket.
034... You got a pitter pocket or two. 0344 499 1000. When you think back to all the bedrooms that that have been your bedrooms, right, throughout your life, okay? Here's an interesting one. Right, I might be the only person that thinks this, so I might be about to say something very weird. But do you picture your bed facing in different directions? Like, do you think there are some bedrooms that you've lived in where the bed is actually... So, that, for example, the bed in your bedroom now, do you imagine that it's facing right, but you've been other bedrooms where the bed has been facing right, but then there have been some bedrooms where the bed has been facing up, and there have been some where it's been facing down. Yeah. But what is that in relation to? It's not the door. It's not you walk in and it's the door. To me, I feel like that I know that some beds are facing north, and some beds are facing east, west. It's a tough one to explain, guys. But basically, I think about all the bedrooms I've slept in a lot.
Oh, right, okay. No, I like having the door at my feet.
But take the door out of the equation. So there's no door.
I like being next to the window.
Okay, forget the doors and the windows, right? That's because that's confusing things, I think. Can someone phone in 0344 499 1000? Do you know what I mean? That some beds in bedrooms you have slept in, you think the beds are... It's like facing the same direction. Guys? Hello, guys? Okay. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
After hours amusement for anarchists, air hostesses and jet-lagged Antipodeans.
G'day, coppers. Can I crash on your floor?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Skype Late Night Alternative. Dom, stay there. You're on Skype. I'll come to you in a second. Am I the only person now in the world that doesn't have 280 characters on Twitter? Because I'm just looking at Twitter and I don't follow many people. And everyone seems to have 280 characters, except for me. Am I the only person? Hang on, I might have it. Hello. How do I know if I've got it? I'm just going to type loads. See if I've got it. I think 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 I've got 280 characters.
Have you?
No, I don't know. How many characters have I got? 2. I think I've got it.
How come?
I'm just typing. What does 280 characters look like?
More than 140. Does it not give you a rundown as you're writing?
No, that's what's changed.
Ah, well, yeah, then it looks like you have then. Oh, good. But you're backing off Twitter.
Yeah, I know, it sucks. It's for idiots and absolute bellends. Angela.
Hi, Ian.
Hey, Angela. I've got 280 characters on Twitter. I think everyone has now.
I haven't.
Yeah. I don't go on it much, only on Facebook sometimes.
Yeah, Twitter's awful.
Yeah, I've got better things to do in the day.
Yeah, I've got better things to do in the day, like look at Twitter.
You know, in 1981...
Yes, I do, actually.
I was 17.
Blimey, you're old.
Oh, yeah, old.
I was 8.
Old, yeah.
I was... Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? People always go, in 1981, I was 8, right? Well, here's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
I was 7 and I was 8.
Yeah.
Incorrect. I was 8 and I was 9. I was 8. I was 7 and I was 8. So I was and I'm a June baby, so I'm in the middle. So people go, what year? How old were you in 1981? I was 8. No, it's a lie. It's a half lie. I was 7 and 8. Why don't people start doing that? So, Catherine, if you could just think back to 1990, just how old were you then?
1990. Oh, flipping out.
I was 16 and I was 17.
13, 14.
There we go. You see, this is
no. Because you're a full 4 years older than me, aren't you? 15, 16 then.
Okay, well, this is what we're going to do from now on, Angela, and I'm glad you brought this to our attention, because it's been going on for way too long. How long has this been going on? Too long. When people ask you how old you were in a certain year, I want both of those ages, guys.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, before I go, you know the bedroom?
Yes?
I got my bed facing the window.
Yeah, but is it facing north or south, or east or west?
I think it's north.
Okay.
Because we tried it before, because we tried different ways, because I don't dream of nightmares facing north.
Sorry?
I don't have bad dreams when I'm facing north.
But if you're facing south?
It's worse.
Well, does your head have to be... What if your legs are facing south?
The same.
Well, your legs are facing south if you're facing north.
No, I can have my bed on the side of the wall if I want.
Yeah.
Or I can just have it in the middle in the room, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like through the...
How big is your room?
Window. Yeah, it is.
Wow. Big
It's
room.
always been this room.
Jeez,
But
man.
I've been in the other rooms, so it's been fine. Or
So hang on, if your legs are facing south, you have nightmares, but if your head is facing north, you don't have nightmares.
Yeah. I have a right comfortable sleep.
What kind of... Did you say you have a Mars bar before you go to sleep?
No.
Oh.
A light?
A light Mars bar?
No, I don't have anything. I have plenty of water.
I'll tell you why I'm glad we're leaving Europe. Do you know what we had to drop when we joined Europe because of standards?
What?
We had to drop one of the greatest pieces of British poetry ever. A Mars a day helps you work, rest and play. Europe made us drop that.
Did they?
Yes, they did, because there is no evidence that it helps you work, there is no evidence that it helps you rest, and there is zero evidence that it helps you play. And they said it was trades descriptions or le tradio descriptione or something. And so I'm glad now I think about it, I'm glad we're leaving Europe. Yo ho ho to Brexit.
But they don't mind, body farm for you.
Well, no, body form is for you.
It's not for you.
No, it is.
Is it?
Here's another one they had. Get this, Angela. Another piece of British poetry that we had to get rid of. Style your hair any way you like it. Studio line. The reason we got two reasons we got rid of that. One, because you couldn't style it any way you liked it, and two, who jumps out of a giant wall made of paper
with maracas?
Yeah, who does? Who does? No one does, Angela. And so that's why I am glad that we are leaving Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for calling.
No worries. Thank you.
Bye bye. Nightmares.
Well, obviously, pointing our heads in the wrong directions.
Dom is waiting on Skype. Hello, Dom.
Hello, sir. You all right?
I like these Skype
Oh,
calls.
it's too close.
Isn't it just? It really is. And because I don't listen back to the show, but we've just our mate Jeff came in a couple of weeks ago. I made a behind-the-scenes documentary on how a radio show is made. I've not watched it, but he would probably follow my instructions. If you want to see it, it's called... what's it called? And another thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And if you go to youtube.com...
Is it up now?
It's up now. Sam's in it, apparently. YouTube.com/rabbit hole. Here's the thing, it's up there, and it's a behind the scenes. I've watched a bit of it, I've skimmed through it, and there's a bit when Chuck Winkle is on the Skype, and the quality is incredible.
So good.
Here's the thing, why are we the only show in Britain that's doing this? Why are we the only show in Britain that's doing this?
Because the rest are chicken pitters.
They are chicken pitters. I think it sounds great. And I've bought myself a nice expensive USB microphone, which I'm going to plug in, which should make apart from croaky, Dom, how do I sound to you now?
You sound better than you do on the phones.
Okay, so it sounds clear and loud. Can you hear Kath? Kath, you speak, because I've not put the headphones in.
Hello.
Can you hear Kath? No.
Speak.
Right, hang on a minute. If you pass me these headphones, I forgot to set this up. If you can turn that up as loud as it will go.
Sure.
There's a little bit of cheating we have to do to, all right. Kath is going to... Yep, go on. Yeah, Kath is going to speak to you now and see if you can hear this, Dom.
Boom shakalak.
Loud and clear.
There we go, you see, and that's just, I put some headphones by the thing. So, okay.
But I'm echoing.
Sorry?
I'm echoing. No, it's gone.
Okay. Is it there?
No, it's gone now.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, well, there we go. This is it. We are the future of radio. Well, if anyone wants to learn how to do radio, we're the guys. What you got for us, Dom?
The bed's orientation room type thing. Subconsciously or consciously, I agree totally. I operate on the same modus operandi.
Right, where I'm... Like, for example, let me explain it better, right? I rightly or wrongly, think I know which compass direction my beds are facing. And the place I'm staying in now, I believe, is facing in exactly the same direction as my previous bedroom. And if you were to get my previous bedroom and put it down on top of this bedroom, the beds will be lying in exactly the same direction. Now, I have zero evidence to back that up. I've not got a clue, but in my head, that's how I see it. But my bed in the house, my mum's old house, I would imagine is going left to right of the bed now. Now, that's nothing to do with doors, nothing to do with windows. It's nothing to do with it. It's just how I perceive it in my head.
It's subconsciously, I reckon we know where north is.
Yeah,
I honestly, I think we do. Windows, doors, they don't matter a thing. I've stayed in hotels, like, all around the country, and now I'm echoing.
Oh, that's because I've put a camera on. Sorry, I thought you'd want to see me. Sorry, go on. Are you echoing now?
No. You're looking at me here if you are.
No.
Yeah. My bed at the moment upstairs is, my head's at the east, and my feet are at the west, because I know where north is.
Yeah.
And in other places I've stayed where I've not... Yeah, you've drove there, so you don't know the place.
Yeah.
But still, it's like that bed... My bed, when you walk through the door, it's like my bed should be over there, but it's actually over there. I know exactly what you mean.
He's got it. It's a really crap version of... Is it synesthesia, where people can see colour when music is played? Mm-hmm. Or the notes make colours? Is that what
I believe so.
So ours is a crap version, Dom, of just knowing which compass direction. We're probably completely wrong, but thinking we know which compass direction our bed is laying in. I did meet a fellow once who was introduced to me by a friend of mine, and when he went, my friend Simon went, "Oh, he's got like really intense synesthesia." I said, "How does it manifest itself?" "Oh, when he hears music, he comes." Now, and he said, he's always at gigs standing at the front row. And you would be, wouldn't you? If music had that effect on you, you would be at the front row, just soiling yourself repeatedly.
Yeah, a million and one things I want to say, but I won't, because...
Thank you, Dom. Anything else before I cut you off?
The video was very good. I approve.
Did you enjoy it? He's done a good job, Jeff.
He's
done a good job. Good job, Jeff. Well, thank you for being our first Skype caller of the night, Dom. Please share the Skype number, address with as many randoms as you can get. We want more randoms calling us if we can, Dom.
Of course. I've got a lot of time on my hands coming up soon, so I think I might print a few cards up and go and post them through Letterbox.
That would be wicked. Thank you so much. All right, man. See you later on. Ta-ta. Graham and Cleo, stay there. We'll come to you in a minute. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more.
Dead of night discourse for disco queens,
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
dairy farmers,
Aye.
and distant fathers.
Yeah, whatever.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yes, great.
0344
4991. You all right?
Oh, I feel very queer. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with our friends at Time to Change. Oh, last week with them.
Mhm.
So we'll be doing an hour with them on Thursday. Do we know, have we got a guest lined up
It's
yet?
their spokesman.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Not the young woman we spoke
No,
to. And
it's a fella.
Oh, okay. Oh, that'd be good. That'll be nice to kind of get the things. As always, regular listeners, Graham and Cleo, I will come to you in a second, I promise. You know, we're doing this thing with Time to Change. I think it's the fifth week, and it's the last week with them. And it's a really good excuse to people to check in and talk about their mental health and all that stuff. But, we always say on this show, you don't have to wait for when we're doing an hour's phone-in on mental health. If you want to phone in now, if you want to phone in, well, not next week, I'm off writing a book, but the week after that, when I've written a book, got to sound optimistic, otherwise it will... What did I say was going to distract me next week? I said something that was going to put me off writing the book.
You're looking for the lost
Looking for that
monkeys
video. That was it. That's what's going to do me, yeah. Although I found on my phone, you can dictate to it.
Well, yeah, but be careful.
What?
Because it doesn't always listen properly.
Well, no, but then I'll proofread it afterwards.
'Cause I told you about my friend
No, go
sending
on.
a text to a girl that he'd been out with.
Yeah.
Thanks for the date. It was like the first date they'd been on. Thanks for the date. Must do it again. XXX.
Yeah.
She got, thanks for the date. Must do it again. Expect sex.
Oh, fair play to them. That's a player.
She turns out she quite liked that.
Yeah, good. No, but this is just be like in my notes, and then you dictate it. You've got to say full stop, comma, new paragraph.
All right.
But then supposing you want to write supposing you're writing a book, you're dictating a book about punctuation, and you want to say full stop, but it just keeps doing full stop, and you go, no, full stop. So the sentence would be, no, full stop.
Full stop.
Oh, bloody hell, just do a full stop. Oh, bloody hell, just do a...
Full
End
stop.
of sentence. New paragraph. You go nuts. But so dictating, that's the way forward. Just going to talk my life.
Well, I know. That's not actually as stupid as it sounds.
It doesn't sound... Hang on, it doesn't even sound stupid. What are you talking about? Sounds very sensible.
You're just going to record yourself talking and get someone to type it
No,
up?
no. It dictates it. It types it for you.
Shut up.
Yes, mate. Have you got your phone?
No. I'm a professional.
Well, flipping heck. You have got your phone. Where
I
is
haven't.
it?
It's in
You
the
talk
office.
to it and it types it for you. Well, I'm just going to record it and then... Don't be a divvy. That means the whole thing about full stops and paragraphs you didn't get.
Yeah, I did.
What?
But then I thought, this is ridiculous.
I'm going to speak into it and it will type it up for me.
Oh.
And then I'm assuming you just go, send to publisher. And that's how it works.
Can it do a picture? Will it do that?
Yeah, it'll probably do that. Good evening, Graham.
Hello, Ian, all right?
I'm all right, fella. What you got for us?
Well, first, I haven't got that internal bed compass thing that you've got.
I think it's a very, very special gift that only a select few of us have, like 280 characters on Twitter.
Yeah, I haven't got it.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, that's all right. I'll get over it.
I think I've just got it. I think everyone's getting it slowly.
Yeah, they are getting it, yeah.
What, the bed compass or the 280?
The 280.
Here's my vow to you.
If you've got it with a little, if you've got a little circle instead of the number
That's what
140.
I've just got it in the last 5 minutes. I mean, neither the bed compass nor the 280 are anything we need, are they, really? Come on.
Well, Ian seems to think so.
Well,
I will never use more than 140 characters on Twitter.
That's
That's
your
my
vow,
vow
is it?
to you.
Plus, you're still bitter that your sellotape got it before you did.
Yeah, it did, actually. That's crazy,
Outrageous.
that is. That's crazy.
Stationary.
Yes.
Yes.
I had two things I wanted to talk about tonight. One's light, one's dark. So it kind of depends what you want.
Well, both.
All right, I'll go with the light one first.
Yes.
Things that you're supposed to like that we're told we should like.
Yes.
But are a bit crap.
Yeah, I like this.
But,
Go on.
you know, films or books or music or anything like that. Things that
Dad's
we're told
Army, Steptoe Son, Only Fools and Horses.
None of which are funny.
No, of course not. They're rubbish. Really lame,
appalling.
laboured, slow, old-fashioned, crappy BBC unfunny comedies.
Thank you.
Yeah. What you got?
The Godfather. Boring film.
Do you know what? Because I do like The Godfather too. Yeah, The Godfather. Yeah, it's a slow film. There's no denying it. It's a slow movie.
I didn't go near the sequel. I fell asleep during the first film, and that was it. I was done with the franchise.
Well, the second one's good. The third one's absolute rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Godfather, can't bear it.
Yeah.
Anything by Charles Dickens. Boring.
Isn't it just? It's rubbish.
Dreary.
And Kath will get a cob on now because she bums old books. Right, stop biting your nails.
No, you're not my dad.
Stop biting your nails, girl. Otherwise, I'm gonna put that down. If you bite them again, I'm gonna cover them in dog shit.
Gosh, you are my dad.
Yes. Bad language tonight. Sorry, guys. It's because I'm a little bit high. Like the Afro Man. Me and the Afro Man were hanging out before the show, and it was a car crash. Not literal car crash, a metaphorical one, but we were in a car getting crashed. Now,
yeah, old books.
Yeah, old books are rubbish. Jane Austen.
No.
Jane Eyre.
No.
They're rubbish, boring. Hey, all right, I've got one, Graham. Graham, I've got one. Graham, I've got one. This is controversial. You ready?
Go on.
Shakespeare.
Drab. Rubbish.
Isn't it?
No.
It's one of those things we're just told to like it. There's no merit. It's old and outdated and anachronistic and tedious.
You had the wrong teacher, because if you were just told to like it and expected to appreciate it, you had it all wrong. I had a brilliant teacher who made it relevant.
I've tried that. I act, and I've tried acting Shakespeare, and it's still impenetrable.
Which one?
We did Othello. We've done a Romeo and Juliet. Crap.
This guy, me and Graham are going to hang out and have
crying for you
chicken
two.
pitta.
I'm a vegetarian, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You can have the pitta.
I don't want a cucumber either, because that's terrible too.
Go on then, Catherine. You play this game then. You educate us.
Pink Floyd.
Not everyone says but not everyone says you've got to like Pink
Yeah,
Floyd.
they do. Everyone says that.
No, they don't.
Everyone says Dark Side of the Moon, great album.
Yeah. No.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, don't get.
The old Bob Dylan.
Who else don't I get? There's a whole load of things. Who else? Stones. I really don't get the Rolling Stones.
You're just copying me, Catherine. You're just doing my act. Get your own act.
Stones are a cover band.
Get your own act. Get your own bloody act.
All right, Ian Lee, I don't get.
I don't get Catherine Boyle. She's crap.
Yeah, all right, that's my three off the top of my head. If you'd given me more time to think about this, I would have come up with some absolute beauts.
Graham's really put a cat amongst the pygmies, isn't he? Huh? That's what he's...
I'm sorry.
Romeo and Juliet, right, talk to me about...
It's a paedophile's wet dream. They're babies.
Right, but in those days, people did get married at 13.
Oh, that makes it all right, does it?
No, but... So
that makes it all right for 13-year-olds to...
In those days, yeah.
That makes it all right?
Because they were dead at 25.
That makes it all right, does it? So what you're saying is that it will be all right for Gary Glitter to go back to the Elizabethan times and have sex with a 13-year-old, because that's what happened. That's what Romeo and Juliet did.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what they did.
It would have been played by two 25-year-old blokes anyway.
Hang on, sorry, you just said they all died at 25, so this was like the day before they died, was it?
It's set in like the olden days, even for those times.
Yeah, Elizabethan times.
No, it's set like older than that.
Yeah, it's in Elizabethan times.
No, it's set
in
older.
In defence, they were both kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any difference. So you think
it's
okay?
They were both of marriageable age at that time.
So you think it's okay for Elizabethan children to have sex with each other and then kill themselves? Is that what you're saying, Catherine?
No.
You are a very dark force.
No.
Very dark force.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're Broken Britain.
Wow.
You're Brexit, and you're Trump.
This is fake news.
So Catherine wants to invent a time machine so that all the nonces can go back to the Edwardian times.
Wow!
Because it'll be all right, because they'll be dead at 25.
Stop it! Edwardian times? What's Edwardian?
That's when Shakespeare was writing, like the olden days.
Flippin' heck, Ian!
Graham.
What?
You've really upset the...
And that was my light subject?
Wow!
The thing is about... Can I just give you a serious thing?
Please do, Catherine.
Everyone's always going about Romeo and Juliet like, star-crossed lovers, they were meant to be, it was like the one. No, it wasn't. From the beginning, he's out for what he can get from anyone. He's in love with someone else right at the very beginning of it. It's Rosamund or whatever. It's all about her. And then he's a randy little git.
It's the Edwardians.
As soon as you see that, you see a whole new, because you know that lad.
Right.
It has no more artistic merit than a soap opera. Just because it's old,
what's
we
wrong
hold
with
it
that?
in high regard.
What's wrong with that? That is the soap opera of its time. It was made to amuse the common man.
I agree, but no one's going to be looking at EastEnders scripts 500 years from now and considering them a high art.
You reckon?
He's got a very, very good point. Although the scene with the bloke from the Dagmar and Kathy last night was very tense.
Also, Dirty Den and the divorce, Christmas divorce.
My favourite episode of EastEnders was when he shot a cab driver and then sucked his finger off on a webcam. That was my favourite episode.
I think that was in the Easter eggs.
That was my favourite episode. Do you want to do the dark stuff, Graham?
I can do.
Tell you what, we're going to have a little break, and then when we come back, we're going to get dark. That was quite dark. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record all day long.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad.
Oh no!
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. Graham will come to you in a bit. And then Cleo, there's been a dip in the calls in the last 15 minutes. And I've been reminded why. We have to go. Hang on a second. Something's happening on another radio show right now. We have to go to 5 Live. Hang on.
Oh.
Let me find 5 Live. BBC.
I knew there was a reason I should have brought my phone in. I put an alarm on it.
Well, I forgot to do my alarm. Here we go. This is happening on BBC 5 Live right now. It's connecting.
Because that's the only thing I've got over him. But he was my big hero. He played music.
So he's retired now.
No, he's Bessie. Yeah. That's the thing. He's like, we played out, because I still play rugby, and so does he. And he played his testimonial last year. We played together with his 2 sons and my 2 sons. We did entire backline made up of Knowleses. It was fantastic. So, but he was my influence. So there's a huge dedication to him.
Is he an engineer or?
No, he's a musician.
He's an actual musician.
Yeah, and he writes musicals, he plays, he's got his own album out at the moment.
He wrote An Eye for an Eye. Nick Knowles is on BBC 5 Live. And I just thought, we're going to lose loads of listeners anyway, so go over to that. So, yes, we'll break a few Ofcom regulations. Yes, we'll probably flout the licensing laws of the land. But let's just stream 5 Live on Talk Radio. Then we can pretend it's like we've got Nick Knowles on. We get a big audience. And I think he's playing some songs live in the studio.
Oh, good.
It really is. This whole Nick Knowles thing.
What's happened to 5 Live? What are they doing? What are they thinking?
Well, their last Rage Eyes, they did terribly, didn't they?
So they thought, I know what's going to spruce this thing up.
We need Knowlesy. We need Knowlesy.
I thought I couldn't. And it's really, just from that point of view, there's some stuff out that I did for Comic Relief a few years ago.
Some stuff out,
and
some material.
Terrible. It's not good. And actually, a singing coach emailed me and said, I've just seen your performance. It wasn't very good, but you can sing. You just don't know how to. So I went and had some lessons with her. The change was unbelievable.
I'd ask for your money back.
And then a friend of yours and mine actually heard me sing and said you should do an album, a record plugger, A&R guy.
Yeah.
Rich Perry, I'm going to give him a...
You should give
him mention Rich Perry, because everybody's interested in the A&R guys. Everybody's interested in the A&R guys, aren't we? In fact, I'm more interested in the A&R guys, like Rich Perry, than the artists themselves.
No,
but I'm just weird like that.
I would like to know who to blame. It's Rich Perry.
Yeah.
How I sing there, but the next
just
one
sing
is much more in the...
And is this, is it a one-album kind of test project, or would you, if it goes well, is there scope for you to do more?
Phil Williams, he came and said hello to us, didn't he, at the thing?
You hear that question there?
Yeah.
Are you planning to do more? He's thinking, oh, God, how much I've got to tolerate.
We'll have him on in the background, and if he starts singing, we'll get him back. Hello, Graham.
Hello again.
Now, you said that we're now going dark. Is it inappropriate?
No.
To have Nick Knowles... No, not you. Is it inappropriate to have Nick Knowles mumbling away in the background, and the second I hear him tie a sock to his guitar, we're gonna turn the volume up? Is that what is your? I mean, how dark is your dark?
It's not that dark, and if I have to play second fiddle to Knowlesy...
Oh, are you in his band?
No.
Oh, okay.
What was that, by the way? You can sing, but you don't know how to.
Yeah. Pay me some money and
What's the logic of that?
Yeah.
It's the logic of I can get some money out of you.
Or maybe...
I think I got it wrong anyway. You can't sing, but you do know how to.
Is he going to sing? Hang on.
In modern pop culture, it's George Ezra.
No, he's still
And of course, when you
banging
do
on.
those interviews-
He reckons he sounds like George Ezra.
Anyway, Graham, go on. Get dark, and I'll keep an ear on Nicky Knowles.
Yeah. Anyway, are you familiar with the concept of intrusive thoughts?
Yes, we've talked about it before.
Sorry?
Have you?
Kath is intrusive in my thoughts because I didn't even have time to think about it
Go on, then,
before she said. It's thoughts that come into your head that you don't want.
Yeah,
We've not talked about it before. No, we
like
haven't.
wanting to, like thinking, I could fall off this now. I could throw myself off the side of this building now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That kind of thing. I didn't realise you'd spoken about it before. So
I don't think we have, mate. I think she's making it up.
We have. He just doesn't remember.
We haven't. We've never spoken about it.
Fuzzy head.
I would remember it.
Really?
So, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. If it's, I know it's not just me who has those thoughts, but I wondered if it is just limited to that.
What thoughts are you having? Because the ones I've got is that, if I'm at the top of a building, I could toss myself off here.
Steady.
So that's the common one, I suppose. Why? What have you got?
Well, it's just to transgress, to sort of lean over and kiss your boss, or to ruffle some stranger's hair on the bus.
Oh, you certainly can't do that these days. Not with Pestminster.
Transgressive.
Kiss your boss.
Well, it's the transgression. It's not the actual act of kissing my boss. It's the act of those small transgressions.
Doing something that is socially unacceptable and quite shocking.
Yeah.
I think
and you never will, and you never do. But that thought just pops in there. It's like, I could just lean over and kiss you. I wonder what would happen.
I think we all get it. Quite often, if you're in church or somewhere quiet, people have an overwhelming compulsion to shout out, "Oh, balls!"
Yeah, where does that come from? That's what I'm interested in. Where does that need to transgress come from? Are we all just naturally rebellious, non-conformist?
I don't think it's a rebellion thing. It's got to be something deep within our psyche. I don't know. We're all just lonely vessels with little candles floating around inside these boats that are human shaped, and we have no idea. We have no idea why we're here or where we're going or what we're supposed to do. We're all frightened little babies.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Graham.
That's all right, mate. Good night.
Ta-ta. 0344 499 1000.
Policeman, Chris Aves, who was...
Can I just say that Max, who we had in last night from Hollow Hand, better than this guy.
Of course he is.
Wasn't Max brilliant? Wasn't he? Is that going out as a podcast?
Yes.
Oh, I'll tweet that during the news to him then, because that was... he was so charming.
I took out the E.T. joke.
Okay, you bottled it. That's fine. That's fine. You blinked.
Do you know why?
Why?
In case I use it for a weekend best of. Because once bitten, twice shy.
Well, Catherine, as we all know, I've been in this business 20 years. I've zero upheld complaints to the regulatory body, Ofcom.
Yeah.
Kath, could you remind me how many you've got?
Just the one.
There we go.
I haven't got a brilliant producer.
No, exactly.
You have.
No, I haven't. I've got a producer, a shoddy producer, that has infringed the Ofcom guidelines.
Do you know what? I'm not sorry.
Well, Jesus, and she's unrepentant. This
because
is
the
awful.
thing I put out, I think, was important, so I stand by it. But, I respect Ofcom and all that, but in this case, they were wrong.
No, they were, those guys know their onions, and I agreed with them. I actually wrote them an email saying that Catherine had transgressed the rules.
Take her, not me.
No, shut up, man. That is very disrespectful. And that is why people like you get complaints upheld and against
I got
you.
a complaint because it was someone after you.
Yeah, exactly.
They couldn't get you, they got me.
They got you, exactly.
It's the story of my life.
Exactly. And do you know why they couldn't get me? Because they can't get me.
Because you've got a brilliant producer.
No, but that's utter rubbish. It's because I'm good. And I know what I'm doing. Is he going to sing a flipping song or what? Why are you pretending to cry?
Fine.
Is he going to sing?
Yes, but it was not. It's just
No, it's not.
It's what he deserves. I mean, the same way we've got I think it's tomorrow night. We've got one here with the big street in Manchester we did for the veterans, where we had.
Was he doing free concerts for vets now? Blimey!
Haven't they suffered enough?
They get paid a fortune. My cat is going to pay like 120 quid a month just to get the pills. That's an incredible amount. He's doing concert for vets. Do a concert for cat owners. You absolute prune. 0344 499 1000, the late night alternative. Skype, late night alternative, all one word. Good evening, Cleo.
Hello, I've invented a new game.
If you're on speakerphone, then you better get off it sharpish.
I'm not like...
Well, how come it sounds like you're miles away from your phone?
I don't know.
Oh, he's come closer now.
There we go.
Busted.
Well done, thank you. Thank you.
Well, wasn't like... Anyhow, I've invented a game. It's I Spy with my little ear, accents without any words in. Do you want to play?
I had a very weird game of I Spy with my kids where they don't give a stuff now, and they were like saying lion, alien, and I was going, guys, it's I Spy with my little eye, with my eye, stuff you can see, you absolute cheating little sods. Outrageous.
But that's progressed from everything started with for the.
Oh no, it used to be It used to be I suppose like something with Apple, airport, a car. That was what it was for about 2 years. A car.
Well, the only correlation between this game and I Spy is the fact you don't really score points, you just get a go if you win.
Okay, well that's what I Spy, that's the rules of I Spy.
Yeah. But this is accents.
Right.
Because, if you watch something on the telly and there's like a crowd in a certain area in Britain, sometimes you can pick up what the crowd's saying, even though you can't hear the words.
No. Well, no, then hang on, if you're picking up what they're saying, then you're hearing the words.
No, but you can pick up the accent, if you know what I mean. You can pick up where they're from.
Right, because it'll say, today we're doing Flog It, and we're in Leicester.
Well, sometimes you might miss the introduction.
No, it will always... Well, if you miss the introduction, about halfway through it, he'll say, well, let's leave the goodies here, and I'm going to take you around Leicester Cathedral.
But then you might have already finished playing the game.
I wouldn't have... We've not even started playing the game. So Flog It is in Leicester... And they will mention that...
I'm not playing Flog It.
Several times throughout the show, you will be told they're in Leicester. That's why they go around the country.
I don't even watch Flog It.
You should watch Flog It. I like Flog It. I don't like... Hang on. Here we go. Shh. Live in session on Talk Radio. Great pleasure. I'm glad you can make it. Please welcome... live here in Talk Radio Studio, and certainly not on BBC Radio 5 Live, because that would be illegal, Mr. Nick Knowles.
When the rain is blowing in your face, and the whole world is on your case, and I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love.
Feel my love, my hard love.
When the evening shadows and the stars appear,
my ovaries have disappeared,
and there's no one there to dry your tears, I can hold you for a million years to make you feel my love.
Well, thanks very much for that, Nick, but we're going to have to move on, I'm afraid. Hang on a second, we've got Martin. Oh, I've got Martin calling. God, shut up, man. Hello, Martin, yes?
Hello?
Hello, Martin, you're on the air?
Yes, I know.
Right.
I'm not an idiot.
You're close. What have you got for us?
I want to debate anything you want to debate.
Okay.
I always take the devil's advocate side of everything.
Well, go on then.
Okay. Well, the English state of your
you're so
right
boring.
Now. I am pretty boring. Sorry.
Yeah, you're dull, man. Jeez, come on, put some life into this.
I'm sorry, but why are you not more like the Scandinavian countries?
Where are you from?
Denmark.
Yeah, boring. Boring.
No.
Whoa.
There we go, that's why.
Second swear may have got out there, guys. I do apologise. What an unpleasant gentleman Martin was. Deary me. A swear may have got out. I do apologise. I was having a coughing fit there. Martin was a child. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative.
Talk Radio.
This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with time to change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. Another hour of this to go, dear listener.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Good morning. 9 a.m. on Wednesday, the 30th of December.
There's a world outside I no longer feel, and it's hard to make my mind up anymore. There's a girl who's kind, waiting at the door, and she wants to make you happy in her own way. Did you notice that I was bored of everything? Did you notice that I was sleeping through the day? I no longer feeling memories of a time when it blows my mind. But there's always another girl. So we left our place, but we could try to hold it down. Was it really what you needed, or what you felt you should do? I'm alright, and you know that you're looking fine, but I still listen to that music every night. Did you notice that I was bored of everything? Did you notice that I was sleeping through the day? I wish I could see it. Memories of a time when it blows my mind. But there's always another girl. Another time, another place. Don't just let things get in the way. Sitting in the graveyard, in the church, nursing a child, green on the other side. I'm on my way, and there's a world outside. I've got my ticket, there's a world outside. I'm on my way.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. That's Hollow Hand.
I didn't
Max.
kill anyone.
Oh, who's that? Where was that going to? I didn't kill anyone. Don't know. We just don't know. Oh no, that was our friend.
I didn't kill anyone. I hope I didn't oppress anyone. I mean, I did have a Kalashnikov and military uniform, but I didn't. I didn't hit anyone. I didn't oppress anyone.
No, of course not.
That's Shabazz Suleiman.
Shabazz Suleiman from High Wycombe, who joined ISIS, and he wants to come back.
Reckons all he's been doing is riding his bike and playing PlayStation. Occasionally holding a Kalashnikov.
But I think in ISIS, fair play, they've only got up to PlayStation 3, and he wants to come. He misses his PlayStation 4.
Humanity.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's one of those shows tonight where we're just sitting here and chewing the fat. My voice is coming and going, which is fine. What have we talked about in the last few hours? Monkey Magic. We started talking about the jungle, taking your day off, a day off work for your birthday.
Stuff you don't like that people tell you should.
Yes. Cleo was talking something about accents. I didn't really understand where that was going, but we talked a lot about Flog It, which is a great programme, Flog It. I like that guy. But he's one of the big earners that the BBC outed.
Am I thinking of the right guy? The one who's got his glasses on a chain?
No, that's Bargainhut.
Oh, right,
No,
okay.
this guy's a bit fair. We're at Leicester today, and we've had some really, really great articles. And here's one. It's if you look at this, it's a Chinese pot from the 1700s. And what are you going to do with the money? If it's valued at £100, you're going to help it. You're going to give it to your daughter to go backpacking around Australia. That's fantastic. Well, let's go to auction.
Oh, it sounds good. I'm in.
It's a great programme, Flog It. It's a great. But then the BBC do this thing that they always do. They then put in like history bits. Well, we've stepped away from the auction room, and I'm here in Leicester Cathedral, and it was here in 1600 that the King of England actually had his finger chopped off, and it's buried right under this stone here. And it's
Did he though?
Yeah, that's true. So I've learnt all this stuff, but it's boring. 0344 499 1000. So that's the stuff we've talked about. You're welcome to call in if you want to. Don't swear, don't be libelous. Those are the only things. And here's the thing, if you do swear, or you do say something that could get us into legal sticky patch, it won't get broadcast because I will press this dump button here, and it will stop it being broadcast.
So don't be Martin.
Don't mention his name. Although I will be sharing his Skype contact details with anybody that sends me an email on £50. Good evening, Kyle!
Good evening, boss, you all right?
I'm good, thank you. Well, the voice is a little bit croaky, but I'm fine. I'm fine. I shall have some more night nurse this evening and some very, very dark dreams.
Well, I was going to say hot whiskey, but I don't have room.
No, unfortunately those days is long gone.
Sorry.
Yes.
So no, I was ringing you because... Well, I was going to tell you about the wrestling I've been to, but that's probably not relevant.
Yes.
But I'm ringing you from my new telephone.
Oh, Carl's got a new telephone that sounds a little bit crackly.
No, does it sound crackly?
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought that would be clearer than my mobile usually.
Someone's just sent me a very funny tweet, right? Of there's a former broadcaster who's going to be doing health podcasts now
good,
because
good
he's lost a lot of weight. Yes, lost a lot of weight, and then someone's tweeted in response to him. See if you can spot the typo. Fair play to you, pal. I need to follow your example, as I'm in the same boat, i.e. overweight and need to lose weight. And I will. Thanks for the update. You've given me a lick up the arse.
Who knew that was a secret?
Oh dear, Nana's spare room looking attractive now. Yes, Carl, go on, continue, s'il vous plaît.
Well, no, that was the main bit. It's because it stuck in my head the other month, and it would have been that long ago, when you said you can't really put the phone down and just slam the phone down.
Oh, you can't? Yes, it's impossible to slam the phone down.
But now I've got one, and even better than that, it's red. So I feel like I'm permanently in Commissioner Gordon's office.
Oh, yeah, the bat phone.
So are you holding a receiver, and is there a curly cable that's coming off it, going into a thing on the thing?
Yeah, but it took ages to dial the bloody number for talk radio.
Yeah, it does. I've got one of those in there.
Oh, was it a...
Yeah.
Because you could get a... You could still get one of them and slam it down.
No, it's one of the old... apparently it's one of the old 60s ones. Tracks it down.
And it's got like a little adapter so you can plug it in?
Yeah.
Mate, that is brilliant. If I could be bothered, I would get that. But I'd still just get phone... Well, hang on a minute. How do you get answer phone messages?
Well, you don't.
Well, you say you don't, but
He doesn't.
I discovered the other day that mine has got an answer phone.
You calling Carl a liar?
Well, I'm just saying, I've only just found out. I've still got no idea how I collect my messages. But I rang our house phone. I'm the only one who rings it.
Oh, BT 1571.
Maybe it's that.
Is it BT Callminder?
We're not with BT.
It could be BT Callminder.
Something similar.
Then you've got to dial 1571 to get your messages.
I'm not interested. If I'm not in, I'm
that's
not in.
Ben. I like a good old-fashioned... here's the thing, right? When was the last time you had to break into someone's house to switch the cassettes that the answer phone messages were recorded on? I haven't had to do that since... I'm going to say 1987.
Yeah.
That was the last time that I'd left a message on someone's answer phone and had to break into their house at the dead of night and switch the tiny... and it was the tiny cassettes. I had to do that. You can't do that with these call minders.
How did you break in?
Well...
Careful, because you can't be giving instructions.
No, I'm not giving instructions, but I knew that this old man left his downstairs toilet window open sometimes, and by luck it had opened, and I was small enough in those days, slim enough, virile enough, no, not virile enough.
Not in the 80s, no.
Svelte enough to climb through it.
What was incriminating on the tape that you needed to retrieve it?
Oh, it was... I'd thought I'd put the phone down... when I was committing a murder, and nothing, there was nothing that incriminating, but I thought it was best to get rid of that tape.
Okay, no, that's a fair point. I also, by the way, I was going to say, working out the timeline, I was going to say this is my second call to Talk Radio today, but technically it's my first because of the time.
I've got to say, put this in the podcast, right, Kath? I know it's not the best bit of the show, but can you put it in the podcast?
Yeah.
Because I want Kyle to hear. How much does this phone cost you, Kyle?
How much? About £20.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Is it a proper vintage one, though?
Yeah, no, it is, because there was...
Can you hit it? Hit the receiver.
Hit the receiver?
On the table, the handset.
Hang on a minute, hang on. Can you hear that?
Oh, that...
Mate, it sounds awful.
It's crackly.
I'm really sorry.
I'm not... Hey, listen, don't apologise to me. I'm glad you're calling, and I like it, but this is what my childhood sounded like, really bad... phone lines.
Occasionally a cross line as well.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that, but it is, yeah, but I quite like it, and I said it.
Go on then, Carl, I'm going to be rude to you, and I want you to do the appropriate thing. You know what to do, don't you?
Right, well, do you what? I've had enough of you, so up yours.
Now, that was good.
That's the only reason he bought that phone.
That was great. That was good. I like that a lot.
Well, I can do that for you any time. Ring my landline.
You've never given me your home phone number.
Ah, yes.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can Skype Late Night Alternative. We'll have a little look through the papers in a moment. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change.
It's electric, it's eclectic, it's always rule-free. It's the Late Night Alternative with that man, Iain Lee. On Talk Radio.
I'm flagging a bit, voice-wise. It's going a little bit. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. You can give us a call now, 0344 499 1000. Just to flag up, I will not be here next week. I'm going to write this goddamn book if it's the last thing I do. I'm not going to finish it next week. Being realistic, I think it's a really good idea for a book. So it's not an autobiography, but each chapter is about a different television show that I've worked on, and it will just kind of go into the details of the show and what it was like and who I worked with, and and it's funny and it's rude and it's a bit sweary, and I think that'll be interesting because I've done so many different TV shows. But it'll be like pilot shows that I did that never aired as well, and series that I did, but there's a chapter about being on the Alan Titchmarsh show. So I've got about 25,000 words, guys, and I reckon next week I can get another 14,000. I can do 2,000 a day. And not necessarily going to be any good, but 2,000 a day. So say we get 15,000. So that takes us up to 40,000. I reckon you need 80,000 for a book. So
you should be able to make some decent progress.
So that is half a book. Yeah. And if I can get that, here's what my thinking is, it's been for a long time. Once I get over the halfway mark, it's all downhill. Right now, it just feels like a real slog. So, I've taken next week off. But here's the thing. I'm taking hardly any time off over Christmas. I'm off Christmas Day and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, Monday and Tuesday. So I'm off then, but I'm in for the rest of it. I might as well. And I've put in a bid, although it hasn't been definitely given the thumbs up, but I've put in a bid to do New Year's Eve as well, which is going to be on a Sunday. So that'll be fun, guys. 0344 499 1000. Skype, late night alternative. Jordan's in the... Stay there, David, I'll come to you in a minute. Jordan's in the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Katie Price was... Kate Price, she's called now. Katie Price. These beautiful young women that get plastic surgery done, so they try to still look like beautiful young women when actually they're ageing quite beautifully, you know. I find the ageing process, I find it stunning. I think it's beautiful. I can understand why people have issues with it, both men and women I'm talking about here. But you know, you see these generally women who kind of trying to recapture something from 15, 20 years ago.
Well, because they're in an industry where it markets people on the basis of their youth, you know, and they're surrounded by people who are, you know, they're younger versions of themselves, and they're worried that they're going to become obsolete, and it's a reasonable worry. Look around, how many older women are on TV?
Yep. Too many, as far as I'm concerned. Too many. I'd like to see zero. Kate Price was almost lost for words after having tooth treatment in Turkey. This is the thing, isn't it, now, is to go abroad to
it's a bit cheaper
get
in
stuff
Turkey,
done. Get it done cheaper. But then if it goes wrong, not necessarily with the tooth, well, maybe with the tooth thing, but if it goes wrong, they don't speak English. And it's not me being, hey, doctors don't speak... Yeah, in Turkey, a lot of the doctors don't speak English. A lot of the nurses. The ex-glamour model struggled to speak to Piers Morgan on Good Morning Britain. She moaned, I've got... what does she sound like? I've met her. I met her years ago. I did a show.
She kind of talks a bit like that, doesn't she?
Like that. I've got lumen... Hey, that woman, we were listening to another radio station on the way home.
It was wonderful.
and there was a woman, I pulled over and I texted Kathy, you've got to turn on this radio station, because this woman sounds like... It was a phone-in show. And she sounded like Faith Brown doing an impression of Janet Street Porter. Yeah. There's a niche reference for you guys, but some of you go, oh, well, Dotton, what I want to say is when I worked on the buses, they gave us our own uniforms.
It was really like
and you think if you were like workshopping a movie with Mike Lee and you came in one day and said, Mike, I think I've got the voice. She talks like this. He'd go,
too much.
Can we rein it in about 60%, please? Yeah. It was incredible, wasn't it?
Oh, it was though, wasn't it? And the surprise was reflected in like the way her voice would
jumped
suddenly
up
sweep
about 3 octaves, yeah.
And the rest of the time it was right down there, wasn't it?
It was. But this is the thing I miss. I love doing this show, right? I love it. It's the best job I've ever had, and God, help me. I hope I stay there for the next 20 years. I'll be very happy. It's unlikely, of course it is, but I'd love it. 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock, sometimes later, Monday to Friday, perfect. The thing that would make it better, and I was talking to Clive Bull about this, he said the problem with the station is no one knows about it. And that's true. There hasn't been. I think there will be next year. Everyone's contract comes up for renewal at the end of March. So we're all playing Guess the Changes, because of course there's going to be changes. I think I can guess too. But so it's an uncertain time. So but I think once they've got the people have gone and News Corps have got their people in, I think I imagine, and I'm making this up, but I imagine there will be a big relaunch probably next March. Round about then. And Clive said the other problem is that people can't listen to it because it is on DAB, and more people have DAB than they used to. But not everyone does. Not everyone has done a deep retune. The thing I find with DAB, with digital radios, so I guess in the last 15 years, not just DAB, but digital radios, is a preset. The station. So 20 years ago, I would retune my radio by turning the knob.
Yeah, and even if you'd found your station, sometimes you'd turn it on in the morning and it wouldn't sound great.
Yeah.
So you try and sort of tweak it a little bit, and they're usually sort of 3 or 4
Oh
different
well, sometimes
frequencies.
sometimes at night time you get more frequencies, particularly on medium wave, because things travel better at night time for some reason. And so I'd sometimes be listening to a radio station for half an hour and then realise it wasn't the station I was looking for, and I was like a quarter of a centimetre out. But thinking, oh, actually, I've quite enjoyed this. I'll listen to this for a bit longer. And with digital radios, it's preset. With DAB, again, it tends to be preset. You have your 3 or 4 stations, your LBC, your Radio 4, your maybe, I don't know, Heart for a bit of music or whatever. So to encourage people, I don't even know on my DAB, my crappy little DAB radio, I don't even know how to set presets on it. I can't set presets. What I miss is this show. If we were broadcasting on FM, or even better, if we were on medium wave, it would open up such a great potential audience. And I'm not talking necessarily about, I want my numbers to go up, although of course I do. I'm talking about the catchment of callers, the people that do flick through their medium wave radio stations at 24 minutes past 12 on a Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, that stumble across something that isn't music, that's 2 people sat there talking absolute nonsense, and they go, I think I'll have a bit of this. Oh, there's a phone number. I can phone up. I'll phone them up and I'll tell them my bit of nonsense. I miss that, man. The only thing that can make this job better is if we were on medium wave. Oh, God, and it would sound... I mean, I love the sound of medium wave anyway. I think speech radio is meant for that slightly hummy sound, but it would just open up so many potential new voices and people at different ages. Yeah. DAB is a medium, I think, and again I'm making this up, I think that is predominantly between 30 and 50. I think they kind of seem to be the catchment area.
Certainly reflected by the sort of voices we get on.
Yeah. But I think DAB kind of is. When it came in, 15 years ago, so people that were sort of maybe 35 then, kind of new adapters would get it, and if we were on medium waves, what we could do with that, I would love, and it will never happen because Andy and Jason get about 300,000 listeners. We get just under 50,000, so it would never happen. But man, if we swapped for a night, and we just, they could even have their DAB signal. Let us broadcast on their medium wave frequency. Oh God, Kath, what we could do with that. What we could do with that. It doesn't bear thinking.
Well, I'll take Andy, you take him out, and we'll sort it.
She moaned, I've got luminous teeth because I'm having my teeth done, and they're like a gum shield. Do I sound funny? Did you move your computer near your microphone?
No.
Okay. Do I sound funny with these teeth? I'm in agony with them. Bleaching teeth. I had my teeth bleached once, like a low-level bleaching, and we got it done free. We did it as it was the days when we did it as a report for the radio station I was on, and I got it done free. So I only had one session. It flipping hurts.
It makes them sensitive, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're putting bleach on your... And I don't know why, because teeth are just bones. Are they bones? They're kind of like bones. It really flipping hurts. It's very, very, very painful. Anyway, that's that.
I wonder what's going to happen to that generation of people who've had veneers. Because underneath those veneers, they're like jaws, aren't they? They've filed those teeth down to little points.
Well, nothing will happen. They'll stay on there forever, won't they?
I don't know.
Oh, I hate teeth. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, David.
Yeah, evening, boss.
Evening, David. How's your podcast going?
Number 4 in the religion charts on iTunes.
It's number 4 in the religion charts?
Yeah.
Is it really?
It is.
Is it?
I tweeted a picture, screenshot of it earlier today.
Blimmin' that's who's number 3 and who's number 5?
I don't know who 3 is, but David Baddiel 2. I didn't really ask any question, did I?
David Baddiel?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's something. Now that's something to be.
Ali Jones is going to be furious.
Yes.
Ali Jones can.
All right, steady on, fellas. Here we go. Oh, well, that's great. That's great news. I'm really pleased for you. Why can't I find you on Twitter? There's a David Babcock holding a giant fish. Who are you?
Might have blocked me.
I might have done. Who are you?
The David Babcock.
Oh, that was it. That was it. I always think that people who say the, then their name, are not normally the name.
I am the.
Okay, right. Look at that. There we go. So number one is The Moral Maze. Number 2 is David Baddiel. Number 3 is Elevation Church. But then you're not in. I don't see the picture of you at number 4.
Oh, open it out. Click on the picture.
I clicked on the picture. I've got to click on it. There it says it just stops at 3.
Right, I got it. Look.
Oh, there it is. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible.
Taking over the world.
Yeah. Well, but I should warn you. You'll drop down quite quickly because that's how iTunes works. But enjoy it while you can.
Well, I would do, but I find it impossible to book guests.
Okay, why is that?
I keep getting rejected.
Well, who have you tried to book?
Psychic Sally.
Right, yeah.
Darren Brown.
Yeah.
Noel Edmonds.
Okay. Well, I'm doing it this week, aren't I?
Yeah, I don't know when you're free.
I am free Thursday at 7:30.
PM.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Ah, right. Okay, then. That sounds good to me.
Okay, fine.
I think you need to think out of your box.
Yeah, you should get out of your box.
Right, David? You're the only... Why do you need another psychic on there? You've got the psychic powers. Why don't you interview, like, famous dead people? Like a Piers Morgan, but, not horrible, and with dead celebs.
Yeah, but that'd just be me talking to me. That would sound a bit weird.
Would it, though? I thought you had powers.
Oh, but, I mean, if you visualise it, because they speak through me, don't they?
Yeah. I'd love to hear what they have to say. I'm sure they've got a few monologues.
Have
a word with them and see if they're up for it. I'm sure some of them would be happy for the attention these days.
I suppose, again, so I don't, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you sound a bit defeated.
Yeah, well, I had a bit of a boost from being number 4 in the religion charts, but
yes, and you've come crashing back down.
You don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, take your dark vibe away from us.
So there was one thing I was ringing in for.
Oh yeah.
You think the thing about slamming the phone down?
Yes.
I've got a mobile, and I think I've got a technique that sounds like I'm slamming it down.
Okay, brilliant. Let's do it then, you big knobber.
Oh, hang on. No, hang on. You still there?
Yeah.
You go away.
Sound like someone dropping his phone.
It was something, wasn't it? This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Go online, type in Time to Change to find out more.
Experience the unconventional.
Evening, boss.
The unpredictable.
What's happening?
And the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
On Talk Radio.
It's the last 30 minutes of the show. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio with Time to Change. You can Skype in as well, Late Night Alternative. And if you've got any suggestions on how we can get the Skype, what do we call it? Skype handle, Skype number, out to more people, particularly more people around the world, because it's free to use the Skype from anywhere in the world. And we've had some great calls from America, the brilliant Hisako from Japan, and a couple of calls from Canada. If you can think of any way we can get Late Night Alternative as a Skype thing out to people around the world, because it seems obvious to me that we have this technology, we have this thing that means people can phone in and talk to us and tell us what's going on in their street, in their part of the world, in their part of, wherever it is they are. And I'm really scratching my head as to how we use that and get the most out of it. So any suggestions, then please do let us know. Iain at iainlee.com is the email. At Iain Lee is the Twitter. Thank you, Catherine. I'm flagging a bit, dear listener. The voice is all right, but I'm very sweaty. Very sweaty. Feel a little bit. There's only 25 minutes to go, and then it's home time. And it'll be straight to bed. I might play a little bit of Rainbow Six to start. I've not got to be up too early tomorrow. The first thing I've got tomorrow is 3:00. My eldest is playing the piano at his school, so I shall go along and see that. Then I shall take the boys for a haircut after school. Then I'll come in, and we've got Jim Bob from Carter in tomorrow, which I'm a little bit nervous about.
Yeah, because they had a fearsome image.
Yeah, like most of those, he's a pussycat. The book is such a funny book. It really, really is. And thank you to everyone who kept recommending it. Loads of you have. And he sent me some books and CDs and stuff like that. And he's going to be a really nice bloke. But I'm slightly nervous because of that reputation, and also because I don't actually know that much about Carter. I had the album. I saw them. I think I saw them at least once, maybe twice. But I was never a huge Carter fan. And it'd be interesting to talk. He's done other stuff as well, and he's got some very funny, honest, open stories about being a pop star. And they were quite big pop stars. They were big for 2 years. They were 91 and 92. I think they were the second best live band in the NME poll after R.E.M.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. 0344 499 1000. Chris has called in. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm flagging a bit, but I'm all right.
I know what you mean. I meant to call you about an hour and a half ago.
Yes.
My darling son decided he had other plans.
Oh, what were his plans?
His plans were to just sit up and be wide awake.
Here we go. This is the thing, dude. This is the thing. Hang on, someone's asking, hi Ian, do you know the DAB frequency you're broadcasting on? My radio can't find talk radio when it auto-tunes. Got to do a deep tune.
Yeah, press and hold.
Press and hold for a deep tune.
Do you know, every time you say the phrase deep tune, I hear, it's time for Alan's deep bath.
Is that an Alan Partridge feature?
Yeah.
When is that? I don't remember that one.
Sponsored by Dettol.
I do like Alan Partridge, but the number of times I've watched his shows or the film, and he's doing these ridiculous phone-ins, and I'm thinking, that makes a really decent phone-in. It's a really decent phone-in, But I do like a bit of Alan Partridge. Alan Partridge is coming back.
Yes, I know.
Pro-Brexit, isn't he?
Of course he's pro-Brexit. Of course he is. I would expect nothing less. Have you listened to the, Chris, to the Nomad book?
Well, I've got both of the audiobooks.
And that's the way to do it. I didn't even cross my mind to buy the book. I went straight for the CDs. Because it's just hearing him do it is so funny.
Nomad in the footsteps of my father.
Nomad is a work of art. Nomad is actually him reading that is actually a work of art. I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Have you heard the first book?
Yeah, a long time ago, and I need to listen to it again, but I heard it when it came out, yeah.
There is a beautiful detail in it that you will only get from the audiobook, you won't get from the book.
Go on.
Where he, in the show, there's a recurring gag, and also in the book, in the audiobook as well, where every time he goes to say Norfolk's best music mix, and he has to correct himself and say Norfolk's best music mix. And then in the audiobook, he goes... It's Norfolk's best. It's Norfolk's best. No, Norfolk's best.
He is good, Steve Coogan, and Alan Partridge is one of, I think, the greatest comedy character. Well, comedy and dramatic, really, because it does get dark. But he's one of the best characters. I tell you another. This is going off on a slight tangent. And we have an advert that features them, and every time I hear them, I think the one of the best characters of all time, the Minions. The Minions. I don't know if you've seen the Despicable Me or the Minions movie.
Oh yeah, no, my wife loves those films.
The Minions, I think, are the greatest characters, and the fact that they don't even really speak, you know, and there's so much expression in these weird yellow-looking dudes.
Saying that, they are responsible for my nephew the other night when he came over screaming banana for a good half hour, and exactly. So I mean, they love it, don't they? But the whole thing with the Minions was they were supposed to be kind of a side character, but they've really come to the fore. Because they're like little kids. Kids like them because they're like kids, aren't they?
Yeah, well, when the boys don't do it so much, but you shout banana back at them. That's what you do. That's what you do. But the Minions, I just think, are a stroke of genius, and you could, like Partridge, you can put them in an infinite number of situations, and that's the thing. They're the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, definitely.
Did we get to why you called in?
Well, do you know what, Ian? I got to say, right, I was going to call you about a bunch of stuff, but you've talked about some other stuff. I've got so many different things to talk to you about, so I'm just going to talk about the stuff that you've mentioned.
You talk about whatever you want, man. We've got
and I will. No, because we ain't got long enough.
No, dude, we've got 20 minutes. We've got no other callers. You've got as long as you want, buddy.
Nice. Okay. Firstly, you were talking about Ant and Dec earlier. I got to tell you, right, my wife is she is their biggest fan. Well, she's probably not their biggest fan, but she loves them anyway, right? Yeah. You talking about them made me think. And I had to tell you, my wife, if you talk to her about the concept of Ant or Dec dying, leaving the other alone, I'm not exaggerating, she starts crying.
Oh.
You've listened to you find that hilarious. That means you've brought it up just for your own amusement, haven't you?
Okay.
It is. I mean, there are very few. I mean, most double acts do stuff on their own, but they never have. Morecambe and Wise did a little bit on their own. A little bit.
Cannon and Ball?
Cannon and Ball have done stuff on their own. Hale and Pace have done stuff on their own. Well, no, Hale and Pace I always associate.
Oh, no, hang on. Didn't one of them become, like, a straight actor, more of a straight actor?
Okay. Okay, to me, to you, you can't imagine the Chucker Brothers working on their own. Can't imagine that.
No.
So, but Ant and Dec, I mean, Jesus, they must get paid, like, £10 million each a year. They must do, mustn't they?
It's insane, the amount of money they must get.
But there's no one better.
They work.
Yeah. They're brilliant.
Hard, didn't they?
Oh, they're brilliant. They're brilliant, and that's the thing. They are brilliant, and they're funny, and no. I tell you what they are. They're affable.
Yeah.
They're affable, and that is such a. That is. I'm not. People see me on telly, and the majority of people think I'm irritating. They're affable. And it's great, and you feel like you're getting a bit of personality with them.
Exactly, because there is a twinkle there. They're not completely beige, but actually, when you think back, they've not done anything outrageous, have they, really?
No.
And when they got through that whole telephone scandal, didn't they, years and years ago, they came through with that kind of untouched, really.
What was the... remind me, I can't remember the
fixing...
Well, it was that people were calling up to enter the phoning competition and were getting charged. That's why now they do the whole, if you call up afterwards, then you will still be charged kind of thing.
I was thinking, when you said that, I was thinking of, because there was another one at the same time, there's a few at the same time as there always are. And it was naming the Blue Peter kitten.
Yeah.
And it was the name Cookie, I think, had already been decided, but people were still phoning in to... Oh, jeez.
But no one thought that was Ant and Dec's mastermind.
Not the Blue Peter thing, definitely not.
No, but no one blamed them. It's a system thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Buzzkills.
Tell you who's coming up, though, yapping at their heels. Sam and Mark.
Oh, I like them. They're good, those lads. Say that again, Chris?
Are they balls?
No, but they are. They are.
I like Sam and Mark. I've worked with them a few times, and they're good lads. I don't know if they are coming up. They're not.
They're obviously.
Well, Ant and Dec have got. They have. I hate to say this to your missus, but they have to die at some point. and Sam and Mark are waiting in the wings.
They did Junior Bake Off, and I thought they were very funny.
You also mentioned about taking your birthday off of work.
Yeah.
Now, I've never quite worked out where I stand on this, because I think it all depends on the environment and the people that you work with.
Jeez, I've gone right off. You know, it doesn't. It depends on your age. If you're 12, you want to take the day off school, but you can't, so you have to go to school. And if you're 30, you want to take the day off work, but you can't because you've got a job and a responsibility. Go to work.
I went into work. My thought was, well, I'm going to go into work because if I took the day off work, there's nobody about. You know, my wife would be at work, my kids would be at school, nursery, and what's the point, kind of thing. But last year. I went into work, and everyone basically forgot my birthday.
Yeah, well,
and I actually left work crying.
So what? You're a grown up. You're an adult.
Oh, okay.
No birthday. I don't want to make you cry now. Your family are very prone to tears. But so what? You're an adult. It don't matter. But birthdays are rubbish. I bet your kids spoilt you, and I bet your missus cooked you a nice meal or whatever, took you out for dinner. That's what matters. You got to go to work. You got a job to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, you're not getting any.
He doesn't feel that way. He wants to be king of the castle all
Tough.
day.
Life sucks.
I just want one day when I'm special.
Oh, did your wife get you a card with a badge on?
No.
Well, there's a mistake. Blame her.
Talking about days where you're special, every Father's Day and Mother's Day, my kids, they bring us the presents and their cards, and they love it, and it's great. And then my youngest will go, but Daddy, when is Children's Day? And I say, it's every bloody day. It's Children's Day, sunshine. Every day.
Here.
But now I've got the great thing, and now they're always asking for stuff. And my wife is a little bit softer than me when it comes to stuff, and I'm quite old-fashioned and hardcore. But now I'm doing that great line, put it on your Christmas list.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's a great line. Put it on your Christmas list. Put it on your Christmas list. But Father Chris, put it on your Christmas list, son. We ain't getting it now. That's not happening.
I've just remembered something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to go totally off what we were just talking about, but it's just popped into my head. Monkey.
Yeah.
I should have fact-checked this before I called.
Don't worry, I am the fact-checker.
Fact me till I fart.
Yes, there we go. No. That's from a Chris Morris thing where he does a joke, facts me till I fart, which of course is we know where that comes from. If you don't, then Google it, because I ain't going to tell you.
The guy who played Monkey,
yes,
had no martial arts training whatsoever.
Oh.
He was actually a trained acrobat.
That sounds about right. I'm nodding my head sagely, an appropriate choice of words, and thinking that sounds about right. Because they weren't, the martial art fights in there were a little bit ropey. But what made it so exciting was the sound, the ching sound when sword hit his staff. It was just, that for me sums up karate fights.
And there was usually music as well, wasn't there?
One of my friends' kids had a toy sword, and when you struck it against something, it made that sound.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh, really? That is incredible. I'm trying to find... This is the kind of... hang on a second. Yes, music would get played when there was a punch-up, and it would be kind of like this. In fact, this is... Hang on. Here we go. Look at this, this is the fighting music.
Fiery blow, shooting left and right.
This is the flying music. Honestly, there's a whole album that
Can I interest you in a massage?
there's a Monkey Magic album by the band, and
is there?
Hello. Ready to eat me and finish me off. I shudder to think of their eyes that glow.
So it's some music. It's brilliant. It's by a band called Godiego, Godiego, and they were a huge band in Japan. I think they still do concerts, and they're like a proggy rock band. And then they did the soundtrack to this. It's such a good album. It really is a joy.
Sweet. Who is that? Sorry, I'm going to write that down.
Godiego, Godiego. I-E-G-O.
The episode I remember is when he goes under the water to the Dragon King's palace. Do you remember this one?
Yeah.
And he takes his staff and he's showing off to the Dragon Princess, whose voice is done by...
Miriam Margolyes.
Yes.
There we go.
And she says, there's a whole, section that goes on far too long. And she's going, it's not very big, is it? And he says, well, you want to see me make it bigger? She goes, yeah, make it bigger. Make it bigger. And they spent this whole time making this staff enormous. Oh, it's too big now. But he was just a big show-off braggart, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was wonderful.
Oh, exactly. It's the best thing ever. I'm trying to find that clip.
Oh, make it bigger.
Oh, make it bigger.
Don't do the accent.
But they all do, though.
Did.
That's
and
it.
knowing it's Andrew Sachs and Miriam Margolyes makes it all the more wrong, really.
Yeah. I do like a bit of monkey magic. Anyway. Anything else, Chris?
I'll tell you something quick.
Go on, then.
I've got loads of your podcasts and stuff, and I'm still listening to bits of like LBC.
Oh yeah.
And stuff. And I was listening to a show, and I wrote down the date.
Yes.
It was the 7th of August, 2007.
Uh-oh.
You predicted working at 3CR.
Oh no, yeah. I remember doing that. Yeah, because I think that was the day that, around the time that the clip of JVS went a bit viral, with some guy arguing about the royal family, and we played it on Virgin or Absolute as it was then. So 3CR was in my head, and I said, I'll end up doing the breakfast show at 3CR or something. I predicted it, didn't I? Yeah. Isn't that funny?
But you said it in mocking tones, didn't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
And then shortly after that, somebody called up and said Kiss were gay, and I was like, oh, my God, it's just eerie.
Yeah, isn't it? I have no idea what you're talking about, Chris, but thank you very much indeed. I said it in mocking tones. Well. Yeah. God, I've got the sweats on, man. Got the sweats on, man. Get the sweats on. Get the sweats on. What have I written here? The Daily Mail, page 9. Listen to this. This is a story to end on. Living in Mexico 9 years after being declared dead. Is this Olivia Newton-John's missing love? The missing ex-boyfriend of Olivia Newton-John is not dead, but is living in Mexico under a new identity, investigators claim. They say a grainy photo proves that Patrick McDermott, who vanished on a fishing trip 12 years ago, is alive. Okay. He was declared dead in 2008, but some believe McDermott, a US cameraman who dated the Grease star for 9 years, faked his own death to escape debts. The newly discovered photo, published by Australian magazine New Idea, claims to show him sporting a tan and relaxing on the beach in the hippie town of Sayulita on Mexico's Pacific coast. You look at the photo.
It could be anyone.
It doesn't really.
Let's have a look.
Doesn't really prove. It's two blokes. One you can see clearly because it's a press shot. A very handsome bloke with sort of long grey hair.
Yeah, something of the Richard Gere about him, isn't there?
Yes, and then there's like a really out of focus picture of
a long-haired man.
Yeah,
in a hippie town, you say.
Yeah, where I'm imagining there'll be a lot of long-haired dudes hanging out. I'd love to fake my own death.
Would you?
No, I mean you couldn't do it with the kids. I have to wait till my mum died. I'd love to just blow all this off and just disappear. Oh, that'd be great.
You need a massive wad of cash.
Well, this is what I was saying to you earlier on. If I want to get one job that'll pay me £1 million so that I can set myself up for a while. But if you go and live in like a hippie beach in Mexico, how much money are you going to need? You're not going to need that much money. And I could wait tables. I could be a beach bum.
What does a beachcomber do?
They collect all the
shells,
flotsam and jetsam that comes up on the beach, and sell it for recycling and stuff.
Oh right, it seems like a good career.
Well, I could do it if I had £1 million. I could do it. I'd grow a big, long, like Tom Hanks beard, big long hair. I would be the best at hiding, faking my own death.
You wouldn't now, because I'll just look for beachcombers.
Well, exactly. But why do you think I said beachcombers?
Oh, you got me there.
See, I'm sowing the seeds of love. The seeds of love.
Inappropriate.
That was a good album. I enjoyed that album.
Yes, but you're doing the long con, are you?
Yeah, sure. Why not? If that's what you want. Dear listener, you have been listening to The Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio with Time to Change. 1 in 4 of us will fight a mental health problem this year. Having a mate in your corner can make all the difference. Search Time to Change to find out more. We will be back tonight at 10 o'clock with Jim Bob from Carter, which should be fun. And, of course, your phone calls and stuff. And I do like it when you lot phone in and you've not really been listening to the guest and you just want to talk your nonsense. I find that very entertaining, personally. Download the podcasts, the Talk Radio podcast, and, of course, The Rabbit Hole, which is another show that we do. Paul Ross is on breakfast in the morning. Until then, from us, ta-ta!